up, it's DAM in town. DAM in town. Truth in the booth and the whole chat line. I walk with the facts, no fluff in the bag. Hot coffee, cold truth, let me raise that flag. Look, keeping for the jokes, but they stayed for the lesson. I turn headlines into business confessions. I don't do fake, I don't tap dance nice. I say what I said, then I say it twice. The world gone crazy, I'm the morning alarm. With a mic in my hand and some smoke in my palm. Say DAMN, say it one more time. If the truth hit hard, let it ride. If the show got value, put some love inside. It's DAMN. Everybody say it. Don't just replay it. We live in the chat. If the facts hit home, go and tap that tap. Hands in the sky, wake up, get smart, let the nonsense die. Tap that tap, drop that love. Shack going crazy when that truth show up. Tap that tap, drop that love. DAMN in the morning now, turn me up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. It is Thursday, damn it, and welcome to DAMN, Dave Anderson Morning News, where we do not just read the headlines, people. No, we ask the questions, the ones that people avoid because they're too afraid of losing their lunch. They're so afraid of getting hurt. They're so afraid of losing that brunch invitation to speaking fees and the access to the group chat. Well, you know your boy don't operate from that place. Ladies and gentlemen and lady friends, there's only one thing I want to talk about, and it is rice rage. Trending right now, rice rage. By the way, we got a brand new setup and whatnot. So we're over here working. Make sure you hit those super chats. Please make sure that you are liking, commenting, sharing. Let me know where you're checking in from. Make sure that you can hear me and see me okay. I hope that you are okay, because I am feeling great. Like a tiger, a Tony Tiger. Shout out to everybody. I am in the building. And today's headline story, to be very honest with you, is not just about Rick Chow. It's about rice rage. Now, Dave, what's rice rage, you might be asking? Well, like my grandfather would say, God rest his soul, I can show you better than I can tell you. So what I want to do is I want to take a second and show you how these folks are acting out here and what they're saying, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this situation. So let me go over here, grab this right quick, and then pull this back up. Now keep in mind, this is a brand new setup, so I am learning as we go. Oh boy. All right, yeah, it looks like I got him. All right, so I want to make sure everybody can see my screen real quick. Let's listen to this rice rager rage on. And yeah, I got this from Dr. Umar's page, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and tune in, listen to this.
We cut Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm so glad he's all for it. Let me explain something to y'all. A lot of times when we start talking about things that other people, whether it be the dominant society, the rice ragers, whomever, they start to get upset because they start to realize that their bag is about to go bye-bye. And again, I don't think everybody should be penalized, but I have always been a person who has advocated for what makes sense for foundational Black Americans. And the one thing that I will say is And I tried to break this down to some folks yesterday. We used to be a producer class. We have fast become a consumer class. And when you become a consumer class, um, you're not producing anything. So somebody else is. I want to say good morning to everybody who is saying good morning to me. Talk to me. Let me know what's what. Shout out to my boy I'll be chill in the building. I see you, big homie. What's good? What's good? Hope all is well. Love to see it. Love to see you. So today's headline story, of course, is about Cyrus Carmack-Belton. And we can have all different types of conversations about how you feel, so on and so forth. But we're talking about a 14-year-old black child in South Carolina who was shot in the back in 2023 after being suspected of stealing water from a convenience store. Water, people, I don't know if y'all know this, but there's 800 billion gallons of it. So let me say that again. 14 years old, suspected of stealing water. Aqua, or in my second language, optimum aqua est. Water is the best. Shot in the back. Now the case is complicated, and because I don't do fake Negro outrage on this channel, we're going to tell the truth all the way around, like what I say all the time. I'm Usher on this. If I'm going to tell it, then I got to tell it all. Shout out to my boy Cell. I see you. And I've come to the realization between people like you, Ant CEO, Black Alpha, I am the OG. I don't know. I used to be the young, brash, and cocky guy, but apparently not. Like, that ain't lint in my beard. That's silver. It's silver. So let's have this conversation. Now, prosecutors said that Chow, Rick ain't even his name, chased Cyrus more than 100 yards after wrongly believing he stole bottles of water. You chasing somebody 100 yards, that's 300 feet over water. Prosecutors said Cyrus was running away. Prosecutors said he was shot in the back. The defense argued that Cyrus had a pum-pum and that Chow fired to protect his son. Jury heard the evidence. The jury deliberated, and Rick Chow was found not guilty. Now, legally, that's the verdict. Cool. Morally, emotionally, communally, that ain't the end of the story for me. It can't even come close to being the end of the conversation. Because a criminal verdict may end the trial. It doesn't end a mother's grief. It doesn't answer every single question that we got to ask. It does not erase the fact that a 14-year-old child never came home. And while we're talking, it absolutely does not excuse the silence from people who claim to speak for Black America. Every time there's a camera, every time there's a campaign, and every time there happens to be some compensation or consideration promotionally, aka a check involved. So today I have one question. One question. Where are the Black leaders? Where are the Black leaders? My good friend, the late great Dr. Julia Hare, would call these people leading Blacks. Where they at though? I'm asking the question. Where they at? Does anybody know? I need somebody to talk to me in the chat. Where the Black leaders at? Where's the national outrage? Where's the organized response? Where are the press conferences? Where the marches at? Where's the pastors? Jamal Bryant, I'm talking to you. Al Sharpton, I'm talking to you. Where are the civil rights organizations? Where's the NAACP? Y'all seen them? Can y'all hear me? I don't know if there's a delay because I'm using a new platform. But in the comments, let me know if I'm tripping. Have y'all seen the civil rights organizations? Huh? I'm trying to understand where the NAACP is. Where is Al Sharpton's National Action Network? I'm trying to understand. Jack Wiley said, Where is James Clyburn with more biscuits and fish sticks? Listen, I want to know, because any other time you can't get these mother fathers out of a camera. I just want to know where they at. Huh? Where's the congressional statements? Hakeem Jeffries, I'm talking to you. Huh? Where the influencers that can turn black pain into content faster than a speeding bullet, faster than a teenager can make a TikTok dance? Where they at, though? Where are the people who are always standing with the community when the community is politically useful? Where they at? I put them in the thumbnail. I don't know if y'all saw the thumbnail or not, but I ain't got no problem asking these questions. Because what I do see, if we're being honest, is a whole lot of people who can mobilize when the villain is easy. I see a whole lot of people who can organize when the politics are clean. We're going to boycott Target because of DEI. So Jamal Bryant, you had time to go put on a cape or Shaw or one of them big ass 50-pound bangle bracelets your sassy ass wears, but you don't got time to show up for a little black boy who got shot in the back. I'm waiting. Where Jamal at, y'all? Where's your boy? Where's he at? No, let's run down the rogues gallery. Let's do it. We're going to do it. Where they at, though? Where's Jamal with his pink jacket sassy ass? Where is he? Y'all heard from Jamal? All my people in Atlanta, where Jamal at? Because he cares about the community. But he got time to go on diatribes about another grown man's, pretty legs. I mean, you just don't skip leg day. He said, well, don't hold it against me. I won't. Sir, I know it's kind of hard for you to come out from behind that big coat when it's not Sunday morning and you got money to make. But if you could just bring your ass out of the closet long enough to, I don't know, talk about how these folks come into our communities, feel so empowered, and treat us like one of these daggone Hollywood I feel sorry for your mother. A little boy is dead over water. Somebody that is an 8th grader or a freshman in high school is dead over water. And I don't see you nowhere. Where you at? Bring your sassy ass on up here. Because I don't really see what you doing, homeboy. Oh, sassy pants ass. Look, I'm going to pause just for a second because I want to make sure that I let you know. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. So tomorrow, right after DAMN, I am doing a wealth masterclass. And it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're going to talk about how to generate 5-figure months. It's going to be a great experience. It's absolutely free, but you must register. The link is in the description. Make sure y'all go. All right. Comment done. Comment done. Shout out to Spuds McKenzie, who said O-Dog didn't play with their ass. We need that O-Dog energy. They killed your cousin. Again, does anybody in the chat, and I need y'all to talk to me, does anybody in the chat know where Jamal Bryant is right now? Is he trying to get some lanolin so he can find a way to get back to Cam Newton's pretty legs? Pause. Oh, sassy self. Somebody tell me. Where's your boy Al Sharpton at? We're going in this, and we're in the National Action Network, and you can't get reparations if you don't vote for Democrats. Well, Democrats had 60 years, Al. Right now, you not in South Carolina. Where's Jim Clyburn at? Oh, that's right. He was worried about being redistricted, so he ain't got time to deal with his constituency. But he sure enough had time to put on his fanciest old man tap shoes and say, oh, we know Joe, and Joe knows us. DB Smooth said Jamal Bryant and his wife is out here buying matching gala gowns. Emphasis on the gala. I bought the dress. Sorry, I did that wrong. Let me put on my Jamal Bryant's. I bought the dress. I like the way I like a woman I can come home to, and we can paint each other's nails. I bought the dress. Oh, sassy self. Ought to be ashamed. Jamal Bryant should have wound up. His mother would have been better off swallowing. I'm sorry. Respectfully. The world would have been a better place if his mama would just... Respectfully. Al Sharpton. And I hate to break this out. But hold on. Y'all do know Al Sharpton. You heard of James Bond 007? Y'all know Al Sharpton's a government snitch, right? Al Sharpton was considered a rat. This your boy. These fake leading blacks. I bet you right now, if Rick Chow had all of the perms, Al Sharpton would have had his ass down there. Hair looking like he's trying to come in third place in a race-bent George Washington lookalike contest. Y'all heard of James Bond 007? Well, Al Sharpton was called CI7 because he was snitching on everybody. Y'all got a government informant out here parading like he's a black leader. And who's paying him? It's not MSNBC anymore. It's MS Now, or I don't watch that Democrat shill mess. Because I know what it is. I don't like Negroes playing in my face. I don't. I have worked, and I said this last night on the men's table. If y'all didn't see the men's table, I stand 10 toes down on what I said there, which is I work real hard to be able to talk this greasy. I ain't worried about you canceling me. How you gonna cancel me? I ain't got no job. I work for me. How do you cancel the business bully with the business bully's boss? Oh, wait, my boss is God. My boss is my family. And last I checked, they on my side. This happened in South Carolina. Now, I don't know because I did not have a chance to look. Did Charlamagne say anything about this? Can somebody let me know in the comments? Did y'all hear anything from Charlamagne in regards to what happened to this young man? Did we hear anything from See the God regarding Cyrus? I'm waiting. So we got through Miss Bryant. So we done talked about Miss Bryant. We done talked about Sissy Snitchy Sharpton, aka CI7. We done addressed criminal informant number 7. Right? We're gonna go down the list. We're going word for word, bar for bar. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep this going. Nah. Let's go ahead. Who's next? Hakeem Tether Jeffries? Mr. Congressional Black Caucus? Timu Obama? What has Hakeem had to say on the subject? I'm trying to find out here. What has he said? Because he's a joke. Hakeem Jeffries is only in it to make more money. Well, the Trump this and Trump that, and we got to talk about Trump. He do more hand motions than a 90s grunge rapper. Just nothing of substance. Absolutely nothing of substance. I see people who can preach, post, march, and grandstand when the outrage fits neatly inside the usual talking points. But when the story's complicated, what it may say, and when the beef come, you know where to be found. When the accused person is not white. Wait a minute. When the accused person is not white. Can y'all hear me? When the facts involve a black teenager allegedly having a pum-pum. When the case does not fit the perfect cable news template, suddenly everybody discovers nuance. Suddenly everybody wants to talk about context. Suddenly, everybody wants to take their time and examine the case before they speak. All of a sudden, they've adapted the ability to process information thoughtfully. Suddenly, everybody and their mama want to be careful. Suddenly, everybody's magically got a scheduling conflict. Suddenly, the moral microphone's in the shop. Ain't that convenient? Black people are always told to be nuanced after the funeral. We're told to calm down. We're told to wait for the facts. We're told that the law is complicated. And yeah, the law's complicated, sure. But grief ain't. A dead child ain't. Nothing about burying a 14-year-old child is complicated. A black family's pain is not complicated. A community asking why a child was chased and shot in the back is not complicated. Someone who has a history of physically putting his hands on black patrons is not complicated. What is complicated is watching the same people who claim to love black people so much go so quiet when black pain cannot easily be converted into partisan theater. This is not a partisan issue. And that's the real story today. Not just Rick Chow's ignorant ass. Not just a verdict. Not just one courtroom in South Carolina. Speaking of which, my people are originally from South Carolina. I love boiled peanuts. I grew up on, dirt roads, outhouses, all that stuff. I would spend my summers with that side of my family sometimes. And I loved it. I love South Carolina. When I lived in South Carolina, I loved it. Myrtle Beach, Columbia, Charleston, but my main concern at this point is not Rick Chow's ignorant ass. It's not. Because that's not the story. My brothers, my sisters, that's not the story. You know what the story is? Selective Negro outrage syndrome. Can we be honest? Also, I don't know if I can see your super chat, so y'all got to let me know. Because if you super chatting, I can't see it again. This is a new platform. But let's be honest. If the story had the right political villain, white people, we wouldn't be begging people to care. If this story could be used to embarrass Donald Trump or J.D. Vance or anybody on the right, the hashtags would have already been printed. Everybody's screen would have had a little black square on it. We would have had a series of marches. How about we be right back in Selma, walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge for justice? How come we ain't there? If this story fit the preferred narrative, we'd have had statements, panels, podcasts, prayer vigils, special reports, fundraising emails, GoFundMes, fish fries, and probably 3 people selling t-shirts right now. And because the facts are messy, all of a sudden, the loudmouths are missing. I'm going to just need us to sit with that for a minute. You ain't heard nothing from loudmouth Maxine Waters, who got on a private plane to fly to her district in order to wave a Mexican flag with a bunch of illegals. And wow, she got kids in Compton, also her district. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if I went out or not. You got Maxine Waters, who got on a private plane to go and protest with illegals with a Mexican flag waving it. Miss, reclaiming my time. If you see somebody from Trump's administration and they're in a restaurant or they're shopping, make it difficult for them. Tell them they're not welcome. This, that, and the third. Where is that energy for Lil Cyrus? Regardless, now we can have a conversation. We can have a whole conversation about whether or not Cyrus was a YN, whether or not Cyrus was a good kid. Well, we know one thing, he ain't gonna live to redeem himself if he was a bad one. So where's Maxine Waters? All right, I see some folks again. If you want to come up and you want to be a guest, I just dropped the link. So y'all should be able to see the link. And I'm going to put it on the screen for y'all. That's the link if y'all want to pop up, because I got people saying, I want to come up, this, that, and the third. I'm trying to understand where the fake Negro outrage is. What up, Dawn Velma? Good to see you. I'm so over this nonsense because y'all keep falling for these suckers. These people do not care about you. They have never cared about you. You can't, amongst all the rogues gallery of these good for nothing Negroes, some of which I know personally, these good, and you can quote me on that, tag them, tell them I said it, and if they got a problem, tell them I'm right here. Because they don't want me digging in my magical bag of facts. Tell them I'm right here. Tell them I said it. Tag them. I double dog dare you. Because all these Negro loudmouths with their platforms and their velvet rooms and their campaign aides and their radio sponsors protecting the hell out of them ain't doing a damn thing for black people. And I need y'all to sit with that for a second. Because we love talking about, oh, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. If Black lives really mattered, this wouldn't even be a conversation. Oh yeah, sidebar, Dawn Velma, Foster Silvers. R.I.P. to Foster Silvers. If y'all know who the Silvers are, that's a conversation for another day. But you know, R.I.P. to an R&B great. Real rap. Because honestly, if Black lives only matter when the politics are convenient, then we're not dealing with leadership. We're dealing with clowns. We're dealing with brand deals. We're dealing with sponsors. We're dealing with branding. If black pain only gets amplified when somebody wins, when it helps somebody win an argument, that's not activism. Solly Walker says, Dave, really? I would say the community's main issues are off-code, nocturnal trash panders, and tethers. Absolutely. There's a bunch of them. There's this whole rogues gallery of off-code trash pandas and tethers. 100% agree with you. That's what I'm talking about. If black pain only gets amplified when it helps somebody win an argument, that, ladies and gentlemen, is not activism. Well, that's what I'm asking. Stay safe. Where are the leaders? Because any other time they're ready to act like they leaders. I remember when I was producing Ricky Smiley show, there was a record rep, and she said, "Oh Lord." I said, "What?" She said, "Uh-oh. Martin Luther Ricky about to rear his ugly head." I said, "Well, what?" She said, "Oh yeah, just wait. He gonna start doing Martin Luther Ricky stuff. He gonna be out here protesting, and he gonna go right back to his Range Rover, right back to his mansion, and he gonna sit down." And I ain't catch it at the time because I was like 28. But y'all heard from Martin Luther Ricky? What is Ricky Smiley on the case? I ain't heard him. I'm just asking. It's not activism if you're just trying to win an argument with it. That's PR. And it's the worst kind of PR. It's PR with a dashiki on. I'm talking to you, Umar. Where's the Prince of Pan-Africanism? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? Man, stop. Plaza said the challenge is that we call these people leaders at all. When I use the term leaders, I'm being facetious. I'm being very facetious. These people are not leaders. They're leading blacks. Because y'all listen to these Negroes. Anytime any person that has an audience that gets millions of people to listen to them, be they right, wrong, or indifferent, whether they ask for it or not, is a leader. But I thought we was all in this together. What's up? What's up with the pandas? What's up with the trash pandas? What's up with the tethers? Where the Pan-Africans? Where y'all pan goofy asses at now? Where's Justin Pearson? Justin Pearson should have been on this damn thumbnail too if I was thinking. Old cosplaying ass with his fake fro and his stupid ass kente cloth wraps. What is we talking about? PR with a dashiki on. What up, Kenneth Cole? Good to see you, buddy. What's happening?
What's up? What's up, Dave? Not too much, man. I watch a lot of your content, man. I think you are a highly intelligent person. I enjoy a lot of the stuff that you say, but no, I mean, you're one of the few people that are speaking out about it from what I believe to be from a very in-depth and correct position, right? Yeah, it's really horrible what happened, but it's not really about Chow, whatever his name is.
Right.
It's about the position that our so-called black leaders have taken, but now there is like no accountability. There's nothing being said about it because it's not an opportunity for them to take advantage of. And to be honest, I'm just kind of surprised at our people how we just continue to fall for the same nonsense every single time. It's like at this point in 2026, how many examples do we need before people start to look at this for what it really is, right? And I understand the indoctrination and programming. Obviously, man, it is some severe indoctrination for our people because we live in a very interesting time in a society that people now don't even want to have truthful dialogue. They don't want to discuss it from a truthful perspective it's like people hate to admit that they either don't know or that they're wrong or that they're incorrect, whatever the case may be. So it's like I think now we're at a time where you just have to kind of identify who's who and just kind of group with those who are either going to be honest about it, realistic about it, and just kind of build with them and let the rest do whatever, as they please and just kind of keep pushing because I think all the best stuff has been said decades ago,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean,
Agreed.
information is too accessible nowadays for people to, I don't know, play stupid, be naive, act as if they don't
Mm-hmm.
know, or just not even approach this truthfully or realistically, right? Like for an
Right.
example, the things you say, obviously you know what you're talking about. Obviously you're highly intelligent. So what are the odds of someone like you never communicating anything that's factual or logical or truthful? How do you have people that will look at a person like you and just be in absolute disagreement across the board, right? Like, what are the odds? These people are just clearly unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
I
it's
do.
just like, in my opinion, it's so disgusting because it's like, all right, any other situation that they could take advantage of, they're all over it,
Right.
all over it. But like you stated, now it's just like quiet, nothing is going on. It's just sickening, man. And I realized that side of the party, they're really anti-black men,
Mm-hmm.
heterosexual black men.
Straight
And
black
it's
man, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's so obvious because black men have been so psychologically destroyed that we're now second guessing who we are, what we are supposed to do, how we're supposed to move because we are overly examined and overly critiqued in every aspect of our lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
By that same particular party for the most part.
Yep.
So it's just unfortunate, man. But I appreciate what you're doing. I mean, I try to share your content as much as I can because I mean we're in a crisis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're in a crisis. And man, I mean, it's unfortunate, right? Like I'm Gen
Mm-hmm.
X.
Yeah.
Our time is pretty much almost a wrap, but it's about the younger kids after us.
Right.
And unfortunately, man, Cyrus is a victim of that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
So,
victim of that.
when were you born?
78,
Okay.
47.
Yeah. So, yep. I'm 48. So, yeah, we're at the tail end of Gen X, and our time's damn near up. And
Yep.
I honestly think this country is going to be saved. When I say this, I'm talking about black people in this country. I think this country is going to be saved by the millennials. I don't trust Gen Z right now. I am
Hmm.
a Gen Alpha is a little too young to really do anything, but I honestly think the millennials are going to be the ones that are going to really stop a lot of this. My main concern with them is this trauma trigger safe space BS they be on.
Hmm.
That's counterproductive and counterintuitive to what needs to happen in order for us to be taken seriously. And
Right.
I see folks in the comments. I'm like, well, the agenda is leader. I get all that. I'm not talking about. See, when I'm having this conversation, unfortunately, it's because the people that are here usually are pretty like-minded, and I'm not looking for everybody to agree with me. I've never been on that. What I
Hmm.
am on is the fact that we got to start sharing out real information with these people who don't think like us, who continue to watch the Ricky Smileys, the Steve Harveys, the Maxine Waters, the Jamal Bryants, and think that these people have any vested interest in our community. Like they really think Jasmine Crockett gave a rat's ass about us. Yeah, she cared so much. She didn't
Right.
even fight for her seat. She said, I'm just going to run for Senate. And the DNC said, no, you're not. You better put your stiff wig on and go and sit down somewhere. And they sat her ass down. And the second she got redistricted and Barack came out of whichever mansion it was, Chicago, DC, or Hawaii, to put his vote, put his endorsement behind Tallarico, and she lost. All of a sudden, when she lost that bid, she also lost her sister girl Black Scent. Ain't that
Hmm.
interesting?
Right. Yeah. I
All of a
mean,
sudden, she started speaking like a Rhodes Scholar. Well, I think I'm going to be getting back into law, and I would like very much so to be able
unreal.
to litigate, not on a full time basis, but on enough where I can do that. I'm also working on a book, and I would like to talk about this, and I would like to see what the world has to offer outside of politics. I was like, oh, Jasmine's back. Because
Oh
Sister Girl
man.
Jazzy, hey, hey, girl, hey, just mysteriously just disappeared.
Right. Yeah.
Bruh, I
Unreal.
can't,
I
I
mean, yeah.
can't, I can't.
And look, right. You can't tell
Mm-hmm.
me that we're the only people who see that. And like you said it
Apparently, we
earlier,
are.
right? And correct me if I'm wrong. You said something along the lines of
Selective
um,
Negro outrage syndrome.
right, right. Like say what you want to, people want to pull the race card, as far as like when it comes to politics. And to me, that's strange because I heard a lot of Trump is racist, whatever the case may be. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, fine. You can say that he is or he isn't. I don't even care. Whatever. It is what it is, right? But my thing is this:
Right.
at least he was the same person, no matter what audience he was in front of.
That
He
part.
wasn't walking around talking about cooking collard greens in the bathtub and being in the streets and stuff like that. He treated us with the same respect and talked to us the same way he talked to everybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he never came out and said he's not going to do anything for black people specifically and all this type of stuff, right? So
Right.
it's like, all right, cool. When people take that approach, I know right away they're not looking at it for what it really is. It's about policies.
Mm-hmm.
It's about
Yeah.
policies, right? And if your whatever policies that they're promoting is going to benefit you and your family, your community, then cool, you should align with that, right?
Facts.
But when you have people who don't tell you anything, they just say, "Hey, collard greens in the bathtub, Meg, go shake your tail," in front of them,
Yeah.
and they pulling hot sauce out the purse, whatever the case
Right.
may be. And this seems to
100%.
be the consistent trend. It's like, all right, what are we talking about? What are we doing? Right? How is this uh, reconfigured to about race? Who's racist and who's not? Well, most people got racist bosses that they work for, or
And
the
don't
people
say
who own
nothing but
Target
yes,
or
a
Walmart.
boss.
Right. So like you say, that's selective crap. It's just like, all right, what are you doing? And then you got the Roland Martins, you got the DLs or the Ricky Smileys, all these so-called black leaders you speak of. And I challenge people all the time. I'm like, hey, can you show me any content from these people where they've advocated for you to make demands before you vote?
Nope.
Or do they just tell you to? And I'm like, don't you find it interesting that these people have been promoting Democrat their whole life? I'm like, can you really say that the Democratic Party has had the best candidate for the past 50 years every single time?
You can't.
Right. So I'm like, at what point do you guys say, okay, wait a minute, hold on for a second. You're not challenging us to make any demands for our support or our vote. You're just telling us to just go vote blindly. Okay.
Yes.
So it's
Absolutely.
it's interesting that as adults, we've been so conditioned and so programmed, we don't even look at it for what it actually is. And when you bring this to people, most of them don't even want to hear it. It's like,
Mm-mm.
so it's like, all right, so what are we talking about then, right? Like collectively as a community, it's like if you don't want to be challenged in your perspective, if you don't want to seek out the truth or a higher position of understanding, then don't complain about whatever it is, right? On either side of it. So to me, these people are just a waste of smoke. But I know you mentioned earlier about being able to reach people who do kind of still listen to the Steve Harveys and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Help me understand, why do you believe that's either important or necessary?
It's not about importance or necessity. Let me be clear. It's
Hmm.
about consistency, right?
Hmm.
I love black people whether I agree with them or not. I love
Okay.
black people whether they're doing right or they're doing wrong. You can say whatever you want to say, but over the past 10 weeks, I have been very consistent in my stances. You don't hear me contradicting myself.
Hmm.
I am here for my people, period, point blank. If you care about black people and you decide that you were going to build an audience off of telling black people how much you're in the community and how much you care, this, that, and the third, then I'm going to hold you to that. Because last I checked, there was a little boy who got shot in the back. And I'm sorry, where I'm from, 14 is a little boy. Anybody that's in the age range of my youngest child is little to me, is a child to me. That child, regardless of what he was or was not doing, where he was or was not, did not deserve to get shot in the back and then on top of that have someone get off by saying it was self-defense when he's running away from you. That is as ridiculous as when Grace Jabari was chasing Jonathan Majors down New York City blocks, and there's cameras, several different separate cameras of him
Right.
running away from her, but he still got found guilty. This means
Hmm.
so much hypocrisy is happening.
Right.
So it's not that I think that these people are important. I think these people are about as worthy as a warm bucket of hamster vomit. It's just that they decided to put themselves in a position where they speak for us.
True.
D.L. Hughley is. Notice he's not here, and the reason he's not here is because yesterday he actually got on his show, to his credit, and mentioned what happened with Cyrus behind what
Mm.
Rick Chow did. I will again. I call balls and strikes whether I like you or not. He at least
Okay.
had the dignity to mention it, right? Do
Right.
I think he could have went a little bit more in depth? Absolutely, but he ain't gonna piss off his masters. But at
True.
least he mentioned it. Everybody up here, I have not heard mention it. Charlemagne from South Carolina. Has anybody heard Charlemagne's take on this yet?
Wow. Wow.
Charlemagne from Monk's Corner. South Carolina, stone's throw. What is we talking about? I'm not saying he didn't. I'm saying I haven't heard it. So my whole thing is not about whether or not these people are our leaders, because they're clearly not. I'm saying that tongue in cheek, wink, wink, wink. They're not leaders, but they continue to be platformed not only by black people, but by white folks, because these are acceptable, palatable Negroes. These are safe Negroes. If you haven't seen my last Breakfast Club interview, the one they banned, I told Jamal, I don't call him Jamal Bryant. They're all in the same boat to me. I told Charlamagne to his face, who I've known for well over 20 years at this point.
Okay.
And I said, do you know who Vernon Johns is? I said, is there any black person in this room who's interviewing me right now without Googling it can tell me who Vernon Johns is? And all them niggas, Just Hilarious. Envy wasn't there. He's at his daughter's dance recital. So Just Hilarious, Lauren LaRosa, the media personality, who's a sweet girl. Got nothing against her. Just Hilarious is very kind to me. But I'm calling balls and strikes. And Charlamagne did not know who Vernon Johns was. And I said, Vernon Johns was a minister who was at the Dexter Church before they hired Martin Luther King, because he was talking about group economics. He was farming on the land. He was creating a store where people could sell their stuff. And the church said, oh, he's too much of a rabble rouser because he confront white folks and tell them to their face, you racist, you ain't got no place up in here, bop, bop, bobbity, bop. They said he's too much. We can't control him. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Vernon Johns, and we're going to put somebody who's palatable, who is a rabble rouser, but he ain't going to cause too much. He's not going to cause too much rousing and too much rattling. And that's when they went and got Martin Luther King Jr. I said, if Charlamagne is Martin Luther King Jr., I'm Vernon Johns. And Vernon Johns was lost to history because of the fact that he stood 10 toes down.
Right.
Say what you want.
Yeah, no, facts, man.
Folks don't want to have those conversations. And so when I say things like, where's Charlamagne? Charlamagne ain't going to mess up a $250 million bag.
Right. Yeah, all the people you got on your screen, man, I see them as white supremacists anyway. They're cancerous to our people. So,
yeah,
I mean, and I think that's a point of view or a lens that we need to really start looking at these people through. Like, understand, like, if they're not advocating for the truth of the matter for our people, what actually needs to be done, and like you stated, calling it out for what it is, and they're white supremacists, they're cancerous to our people. Right. So, but no, really, really good points, man. I don't want to take too much time for your show. I appreciate what you do, man. I'm gonna definitely support, and I appreciate you bringing me up, man. Like I said, I always tune in to when you get on the mic and start talking, man, because obviously you're very intelligent and you have a very unique perspective and in-depth take on things that I think that needs to be heard, man. So we definitely got to get your voice out there a little bit louder, and try to spread it out to as many people as we can. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Be blessed. I'm so happy you showed up.
All right, same to you, man.
My man.
All right.
I see Dove Lady's here. What's up, Dove Lady? You got to unmute yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. What's going on?
I don't know if it's because I got you on my Bluetooth or what, but I hear a little echo, but it doesn't bother me that much. I just wanted to let you know. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Where are our black leaders? Our black leaders were murdered.
Amen.
Our black leaders were compromised. Our black leaders were, and if they could be compromised, could we call them our leaders at all?
That part.
Our black leaders were picked by the white man and staged in front of us to make it seem like we had somebody that we can look up to for hope, for leadership, for camaraderie, for guidance, and then the mask of who they really were failed 2-3 decades later, and here we are today. That's what happened to our black leaders. So do you know Jason Black of the Black Authority? I know you know him.
Yes, I don't know him personally, but I know who he is. Yes.
Yeah, I'm of his mindset that the foundational Black Americans don't have a leader, because
Correct.
because when we tried to have a leader, the white supremacist power structure made sure we didn't have that leader anymore.
Correct.
Um, I mean, look at what they did to the food program for the students that the Black Panthers put together.
Yeah, they bleached it out and called it. They called it school breakfast and school lunch, just like they did with after school programs. It's what they always do. They take the greatness that is black and then they homogenize it and then they monetize it. Absolutely. Yeah, none of
Memor-
that to me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
but Memorial Day was made by Black people. The
Certainly.
Lincoln Memorial, the statue was commissioned by a Black woman. You know,
Mm-hmm.
all these
100%.
things that they hide. Look at what they did to Henrietta Lacks.
100%.
And we don't have anybody here to talk about these things with us
Mm-hmm.
and notify us of the treachery of the land that we live, the people who control the land we live in, that we have
Right.
called home for over 400 years, well, more than 400 years, because how were Black people everywhere but they weren't in America? That don't make
Correct.
sense to me. Before the
Right.
white man got here, that don't make
Correct.
sense to me. So, and my mama told me her grandmother told her that we never came here on slave ships.
Correct. Less than 3%
So,
of the transatlantic slave trade had anything to do with the United States.
right, but they like to ignore that fact and listen to the whitewashed version of our history, so that the white supremacist power structure, don't have to acknowledge us as natural indigenous people of the land. Because once they
Correct.
do that, they have to give us our land back,
Correct.
and they don't
And you
want to
know
do
that's
that.
not happening. Absolutely.
Right,
100%.
right. All right, so that's where all our leaders are. They're off in La La Land. They're playing the Pan African. We all come from Africa. We all came over here on slave ships. Paradigm, while the real ones are sitting here working, trying to figure out how we can wake the people up and get the people on the side that really cares about them. And it's
Mm-hmm.
real hard because this spell work they've been doing for over 400 years, and this is deep heavy work that they done worked over us and our people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's a job to wake us up out of it. And it's like there's other things going on in lieu of us waking up, that the white supremacist power structure is trying to work against us, so that and then the thing with Iran, like Iran and Africa, they talking about they're part of the white power structure too, because
Mm-hmm.
they sitting up here making Lego videos about the African slave trade, and how that we're supposed to be together and we're supposed to be one and all these other things, but you're leaving out foundational Black Americans out of that equation. It's just a conundrum. And I'm going to get off that to get into the generational thing, because I myself, I'm Gen. I have to think about it. I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. I'm
What
a
year were you born?
millennial. 87.
Yeah, you're a millennial.
Yes, I'm actually the end of Gen X and the beginning of Gen Y, the millennial generation. So, um, about the trauma thing,
Mm-hmm.
what that is we're realizing that we're all made up of trauma.
Certainly.
Essentially, that's what we're realizing, and so we want to work on healing that. Now, how to go about that is we don't have that quite down yet, you know. Um, and I'm not gonna say we were the most traumatized generation, but I got a 30-pound box of documents over there in the cabinet from DCFS detailing my medical kidnapping from my mother, my biological mother, and they put me with my biological sperm donors side of the family. And there was deep, heavy trauma there for the first 5 years of my life, and then they
Mm-hmm.
took me from there and put me into a foster home, a Black foster home, where there was more trauma. With Okay, so I went from my first memory being hit with an extension cord when I was 2 years old, to my first memory with the foster family is the foster mother telling me, "Don't make me make you," just to check to me when I was 6 years old. And so, there's, I'm not saying everybody who is my age has that same, level of trauma, but I think
Hmm.
it's something there. Gen X, y'all just kind of dealt with it. Y'all did what y'all had to do. And, while it's, some of y'all got to process through it, but a lot of people didn't. You see what I'm saying? So there's still some
Hmm.
anger and animosity there. And I understand you, kind of like, come on, millennials, y'all got to kind of come up out of this. I, and we working on it, but it's not, for some of us, it's not that easy. You understand?
Hmm.
So
No, I
yeah,
feel you. No,
yeah,
I definitely feel you. I think it's more of a lot of times, especially when it comes to leadership and so on and so forth. Like everybody's got their own type of trauma. When I say leadership, I'm not. These people ain't no leaders to me. Let me be clear,
no,
because a lot of
no, no,
like
no.
a lot of people are missing this in the chat. I am saying that these people have microphones. These people have cameras. These people have platforms, and millions of people believe that these people are um, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these people believe that these folks are about that life. And so for me, it's about calling these people out for being inconsistent. That's it.
Okay.
I'm just calling these people out for being inconsistent. I know good and hell well none of these people could lead a horse to water. They can't lead black folks out of a wet paper bag with a weed whacker. That's not the issue. The issue is these are the people that keep getting platformed. And whenever they get platformed, they're talking about how much they love black people, how much they're involved in the community, how much they care about black people, but yet and still, when it's not convenient and it's not politically advantageous for them to have a conversation, they don't have a conversation. And that's what I'm talking about.
Right. And I'm looking for Roland Martin. I don't see Roly Poly up there. That's I'm like,
It
you
wasn't
with
enough space on the flyer to put his big ass on here.
I'm sorry.
See your simple Simons, your dumb asses.
And my issue is all these people up here and Roland Martin in absentia are multimillionaires, and not one of them has put in an ounce of an iota of a wet penny to a wet wooden penny to
Mm-mm.
bettering the black community. And then when we're asking, or we're being asked, well, where are your community leaders, or what happened, why don't you put your money back into the community? Those of us who aren't multimillionaires put our money back into the community all the time. We spend
Yep.
with black owned as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and we
100%.
do what we can. Those who got all this money and all this power, who have been put in our face to play in our face by the white
Mm-hmm.
supremacist power structure, they don't give back nothing. They
Sure
don't
don't.
do nothing. They don't help nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think, because they only do it if it's a tax write off, and you think they would do it a
Mm-hmm.
little more often, but they only do it for the image. They only do it. They're
That's it.
only doing it for a camera, and that's my
Mm-hmm.
issue. You know,
I'm with you there.
it it
Hold that thought
really.
1 second. Hold that thought 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Paco, now you got a lot to say, partner. So, mods, we starting the clock on this cat. I just put the link up in the description. I mean, just put the link up in the chat. So, Paco, now you got 3 minutes to bring your black ass up here if you're black at all. There's the link. Come on up here. You got so much to say. Bring your ass. The echo chamber and I'm being sitting in the conversation. Bitch, I ain't nobody's victim, but you about to be mine.
No, no,
Bring
no.
your ass
And
up here.
w- yeah, come up to the dojo. You ain't ready. Anyway,
No, they never
so
are. But go ahead, sister.
they don't understand the difference between a still victimized individual and a traumatized survivor. on the surface they kind of look the same, but underneath there's a lot of difference.
Paco, you got three. Hold on one second. Paco, or whatever the hell your name is, you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Bring your ass up here. Don't talk about it. If I don't scare you, why ain't you up here? Bring your ass up. It's not that hard, partner. Come on up here. Show everybody how intelligent you are and how intelligent I'm not. Bring your ass up here. This is not hard to do. Hold on. Yeah. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Where you at, Paco? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, go ahead, sister. Go ahead and wrap up. I want to get these other people up here.
Yes, sir. So there's a difference between a still perpetual trauma or a victim of their surroundings, their environment, and a traumatized survivor. I call myself a traumatized survivor because
Mm-hmm.
while I'm working through the trauma, there's still things that are breaking down in my life, but I'm not giving up yet. And one more thing I want to talk about is
Mm-hmm.
people that we talk. Maybe you know about this, or maybe you don't. uh,
Okay.
People that we talk to barely know about what the United States government has done to its own people. When I
Of
say
course.
its own people, I mean everybody here. Like, nobody knows about the 239 open air bioweapons spray testing that the United States military ran on us citizens here on this soil for
100%.
20 years. Nobody,
Correct.
and they want to call it a conspiracy theory, but you got Lieutenant Marshall McNamara in Congress admitting to it, like Congress didn't know it was going on for 20 years. They sprayed billions of pathogens over us.
Paco
This
still,
is
wait real quick. We'll hold that thought, Dove Lady. Paco still has 1 minute. We waiting. We got 1 minute. But go ahead, sister. Go ahead, wrap up, sister.
Yes, sir. So I need y'all to get into these books about it. I got Lab 257. I done packed up most of my books and everything, but I got
Mm-hmm.
Lab 257. There's a book about the 239 open air bioweapons testing done on us. I forget the name of it. I looked it up. I will share it in the chat, but I could share it afterwards in the comment section.
Sure.
Um, and we need to get into our bodies and knowing about our bodies so that we can be prepared to defend our bodies. Because I don't,
Correct.
yeah, you probably don't know about it, but there's norovirus going on in America right
Of
now.
course.
You got the hantavirus scare. It really ain't nothing. The norovirus is worse because it's hitting everybody, and most people don't know that they're being even affected by it. They're wondering,
Mm-hmm.
like, why my stomach bubbling and rumbling like this? Well, you got the
Right.
norovirus that your body is fighting right now. You might want to go get you some kimchi or
Mm-hmm.
fermented vegetables or something like that
100%.
to take care of
100%.
that. So yeah,
100%.
that's with that being said, I know it's a lot. I'm usually like that. My bad. We
It's all
need we
good.
need we need to not just come together as one Black First FBA movement. And when they ask for a leader, we all say we are the leaders. We,
Yeah.
who is we? Us. That's it. Okay, and with that, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna land my plane.
All right, Dove Lady. I appreciate you pulling up, sister.
Love y'all.
No doubt. Much love. Let me say this to y'all real quick. As we move forward. By the way, y'all need to boot Paco's bitch ass out because he didn't show up. Get Paco's ass up out of here. I got you, Dove Lady. All right, yeah, get Paco's ass up out of here. Paco didn't want to pull up. My whole thing is you can have a difference of opinion. I don't mind that. But when you talk very greasy in my comments, please understand that I'm going to make sure that I have a chamois with your name on it. I will wash you. That's it. It's not a thing. Yeah, I'm out here trying to teach. Let's see here. Let's see here. What up, task code 870? What's going on with you? Hope all is well. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know where you're checking in from. You know, there was somebody else who said something, and I wanted to get them up here. I don't know if they're still in the room or not, because I saw something. Yeah, we knew Paco was going to run. A lot of these folks be running because they don't have the intellectual fortitude to really have a conversation. Now I can't find it. Hold on one second. Hold on. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing. The one thing I don't like about this new platform is anytime I'm trying to scroll up. Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, I wanted to show this. S Official 9 says, I agree with Roland in terms of we need our own black media, but for that, Roland, y'all, we need our own satellite. The thing of it is, I feel like Roland is intellectually disingenuous because you could say you want our own black media, but you on YouTube with the rest of us. So what is we talking about? What is we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So like to me that's kind of contrarian. And yeah, listen, I had a great childhood. I love being a Gen Xer. I think we had to raise ourselves because our parents had to work because we were dealing with things like trickle down Reaganomics and um, just underfunded schools. There was a lot going on that, you know, generations after us did not necessarily have to face. You know, DB Smooth said, Dave, when you moving down south? Not soon enough. God knows I can't wait. And no, the Yankees don't appreciate me. That's why I don't really do a whole lot of business in Philly. Um, it's such a frustrating thing to a certain extent because for me, I know what I have to say is valuable, but I'm not really appreciated for what I have to say. And I'm cool with that. I'm not looking for how can I put this? I'm not looking for your approval. I'm not looking for your applause. I'm not looking for your accolades. The only thing I ever ask anybody to do is support the channel, support the work. You know, we got super chats, Venmo, Cash App, all of that available to you. Hopefully you will take advantage of it. That stuff is on the screen right now. But I really get really upset when these people try to dress PR up in the dashiki. Because if the only time black children matter is when their death can be used to attack the approved enemy, then it ain't justice, it's marketing. Let's start calling a spade a spade. And when you're trying to make justice marketing, I ain't here for it. Now let me be clear. I'm not saying every person has to comment on every tragedy. That's ridiculous. That's impossible. I'm not putting that on anybody. And I'm not saying every so-called black leader is evil because they ain't made a statement yet. Somebody said Charlamagne made a statement yesterday on the show. Well, good for him. Cool. I am not saying that we should ignore the facts that make this case uncomfortable. But here's what I am saying. A 14-year-old child is not breathing. The man who shot him had to sneeze, didn't come out. The man who shot him was found not guilty. A child's family is devastated. And the people who claim to represent Black America shouldn't need perfect political conditions before they show up. I don't really think that should be controversial. To me, that's the floor. That's not the ceiling. And while we're on the subject, let me just say this. While I think that when you put yourself in a certain position, some people are going to feel a certain type of way. And let me see if I can pull this up so y'all can y'all can see this. I want y'all to understand that this ain't no hit job. I'm not saying this for attention. I'm saying it because I believe that people should be as consistent in their outrage as they are in their gatekeeping, as they are with their lattes, as they are with their microphones. That's just how I feel. But of course, when I say that, I'm everything but a child of God. I don't care about black people. Blah blah skibbity bop. But let's take a. I want to take a look at something real quick, and let me just put it up on the screen for y'all, and we're going to have that conversation. Let me see something. Yeah. Rick Chow needs a wellness check from the people to make sure he's okay. Hilarious. Hilarious. Now, I am going to pull this. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let me go right here for a second. Let me do this. All right. Trying to get this again. Trying to get this stuff together. And yeah, no, I'm about to talk about Carmelo Anthony. Don't get ahead of me. We almost there. You know. Let me see here. Oh, it might be over here. Let me see. Got it. All right. So real quick, I want to share this so that we've got we got some stuff here. And let's go ahead and big screen this right quick.
Help me! Oh, now this lady Uber. I can't say that. Damn, I did that! Oh, y'all ready like our black ass up? Oh, that's dude like tea. Oh, hell no. Okay. I hope she got that. Okay. We still gonna burn the store down. Fuck! It's really, I'm sorry, man. If you got kids, you understand. Help me! Oh, now this lady Uber. I can't say that. Damn, I did that! Oh, y'all ready like our black ass up? Oh, that's dude like tea. Oh, hell no. Okay. I hope she got that. Okay. We still gonna burn the store down. Fuck!
Look at the police presence for Rick Chow's property. But my question to y'all is, where was the police when Rick Chow was pum-puming kids in the back? That looked like damn near every police cruiser and wagon they got in the greater South Carolina area. Y'all help me make it make sense. And I'm not saying destroying property is justice. I'm not saying that. Looting is not justice. Burning down a store, it's not justice. Vandalism is not justice. You can't honor a child's life by creating more chaos in a community that's already bleeding. But peaceful protest, legal pressure, wellness checks, civil litigation, organized economic accountability. Because my issue with a lot of you Negroes is y'all will talk about how outraged you are. Y'all will talk about how upset you are, how much you don't want these things to happen, how mad you are at the system failing yet another black body. But you don't put your money where your mouth is. Because right now, somebody is probably getting a mani-pedi set from one of Rick Chow's relatives. But see, y'all don't want to have that conversation. That conversation is not popular. And I really wish y'all would get the likes up. I really wish y'all would get the super chats up. But for some reason, for whatever reason, that don't seem to be appealing to y'all. Dove made a great comment here. She said, MLK was right when he said that riots are the voice of the unheard. He may have been trolling, but he was right. See, people can do, and I always say this, when you see, for example, when you see a woman talk real greasy to her man, that's because she feels safe enough to talk real greasy to her man, because she know her man won't give her that backhand Dougie. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't gonna slap the living taste out her mouth. She feels comfortable to talk to him greasy, tell him he ain't this, he ain't that, you know, he ain't what he think he is, he ain't as thorough as he think he is, whatever the case may be. She feels real comfortable in doing that. Rick Chow, Cheekway Chow, it's his real name. Rick Chow felt real comfortable pulling that pum out and popping a kid in the back 100 yards away from his store. Thank you so much. When we start having these conversations, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Dr. Manhattan. Really appreciate that. Yep. Tasco said, I remember when the story happened in 2023, the gas station was being vandalized back then. So it seems that cops are suddenly being proactive after the verdict. You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? Thank you, Tasco, for the comment. I would, Mr. Anderson, but I'm on the roast of this world right now. Oh, I get it. Listen, if you can't super chat, make sure you like. If you can't cash app, make sure you share. If you can't Venmo, make sure you leave a comment. You know, and make sure that you run. If you want to do something, you want to run the DAMN morning news playlist at night when you go to bed, just let it run all night. All of that helps grow the channel and put us out in the algorithm. Appreciate the likes, Dove Girl. Listen. Power Players Magazine says sisters can never get on code because y'all keep giving Rick Chow hair money and nail money. I'm just saying. That's where I am with it. Yep. Over a 1.29 ounce bottle of water. That's wild work. That's wild work. But what I'm saying is, where is the organized economic accountability? Because, and I've said this before, I said this at the Rally for Reparations in 2024. The only language the dominant society will understand is the loss of revenue or the loss of blood. And again, I'm not advocating violence. I'm saying be vigilant. Demanding a deeper review of the case. Demanding legislative clarity around pursuit, self-defense, and deadly force. Demanding a serious conversation about why a 14-year-old allegedly had a gun in the first place. That's leadership. That's where the work is. Because this story ain't about just one store owner and one child. This story is about what happens when communities decide to become war zones of fear, suspicion, poverty, violence, and survival. It's about what happens when business owners feel unsafe. This is about what happens when young black boys are seen as threats before they're seen as children. Let's keep it a buck. It's about what happens when a neighborhood has more trauma than it has trust. This is about what happens when black families can't trust the system to value their children's lives. And it's about what happens when so-called leadership shows up for the headline, but not the healing. This is all I'm saying. That's the part we need to talk about. But real leadership is not just outrage. Real leadership is strategy. Real leadership is not just a microphone. Real leadership is a plan. Nero, who is he? Because if he is me, you about to get the 3-minute timer, young partner. Because me saying that why did he have access to a Pum Pum in the first place is me holding the parents accountable. I'm a parent. My kid does something, I'm accountable to it. So I know you're not talking about me. So who is he? Who he is? Who he is, Nero? Let me help you out, partner. Let me help you out, Nero. Let me help you out, buddy. Because apparently you got something to say. You got something to say. Yo, mods, 3 minutes on Nero, please. 3 minutes on Nero. Come on up here. Come on. And while we're waiting on Nero to show up, let's get up in here. Let's get up in here. What's gay, Nero? What's gay? Where's your wife? Let's get her up here. Let's get your wife up here and let's see how gay I am. Do you even have a wife? Real leadership is a plan, y'all. Real leadership doesn't just say, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Because apparently Nero can't follow directions. That's the link. It's in the comments, Nero. Come on up here. Nero has a minute and a half. Real leadership asks, what law needs to change? Leadership asks, hey, what happened to the George Floyd bill? The one that Kamala and Joe couldn't get passed. What happened to it? Because the Stop Asian Hate bill got passed, and that's one of the main reasons why Rick Chow could do this. Real leadership asks, what family needs support? Real leadership asks, what community needs investment? What legal strategy do we need? By the way, where the hell is Ben Crump? Where Ben Crump at? Nero has 1 minute to hit that link before he gets booted. Where's the John Lewis bill? What legal strategy do we need? I ain't seen Mumbling Ben yet. I ain't seen Mumbling Ben say a mumbling word. What pressure can we apply? What cultural rot do we need to confront? And yeah, we need to talk about all of it. Nero has 35 seconds. We need to talk about the verdict. We need to talk about Rick Chow. We need to talk about his history of violence. We need to talk about Cyrus. We need to talk about where were his parents. We need to talk about the gun. We need to talk about why a 14-year-old is allegedly armed. We need to talk about a store owner who believed deadly force was necessary over a bottle of water. How do you have to download an app when all you got to do, Nero, is click the link? It's a link. We need to talk about why a child was chased. We need to talk about why a family feels like a system failed them and how that family failed that child. We need to talk about why black leadership often becomes loudest when the politics are easiest. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm tired of slogans and there's no strategy behind it. I'm tired of Greek without infrastructure. I'm tired about people, especially black people, being handed hashtags instead of help. What up, Nero? What's happening?
What's going on?
You tell me.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to somebody about somebody in the comments. And you got all into your feelings and want to jump on me when I was talking to somebody in the comments.
Hold up. First of all, I don't know you to get in my feelings. The only women I get in my feelings about are my wife and my daughters. But you did. I did not, sweetheart.
But you did.
I need you to, sweetheart.
That's why I got the app, because you got in your feelings.
No, I call everybody out. If I see somebody trolling,
because you got in your
I give everybody 3 minutes.
I was talking to somebody.
I give everybody 3 minutes.
I was talking to someone in the chat. I wasn't talking about or to you.
First of all, sister, relax. Ain't nobody your enemy here. I tell everybody, if they say something in the chat that seems out of line with where the chat is going, they got 3 minutes to get up here because they need to address everybody. That's what that is. That's not about you. That's not a personal attack. There's literally a gang of shows where I do this every single day. No. You're not listening, sister. Listening requires both ears. So hear me when I say this. It's anybody who says anything counterintuitive or disrespectful. To call somebody in my chat gay, whether it was me or anybody else, behind you having a disagreement is uncalled for. So I called you up here.
Did you read what he said? No. What they said to me.
Hold on.
You didn't read what they said to me. They said a gay comment.
What did they say, sister? First of all, calm down. You can speak. You see how I'm speaking? Speak like that. What did they say specifically?
They told me, called me a pussy, and they said, I need to shut the fuck up, you're a pussy. And I said, that's gay. That's what I said. And then that's when you told your mods to give me 3 minutes.
I give everybody 3 minutes when they're trolling in the comments.
Yourself. We're not talking about the amount of time. Sister. We're talking about your reply.
I don't know if you know this or not. Just in case you haven't paid attention. This is how I run my show, because this is my show. And at the end of the day, if somebody has something to say, I tell people, don't be in the comments, come up here. So why did they say that to you? What did you say initially for somebody to respond to you? What did you say?
I said that looking for leaders to parent our kids is not what's the right thing to do. These black leaders need to get some kind of way to get with these parents so that these parents can understand why a 14-year-old is carrying a gun. At 14 years old, I live in Detroit. It's violent. Mm-hmm. We got gangs and everything. But my son didn't feel the need to carry a gun. And if he was carrying a gun or with people, it's my job to know what my child is scared of, what he's out here in the streets doing. So it all comes back to parenting. You can get all the black leaders to come and march and do all of that. But if black people don't sit their children down and educate them, spend the time with them and get this social media and stuff out of their head, this is not going to stop. Black leaders cannot stop the violence in our communities. It's the parents. It starts at home in the raising. And that's what I was saying when somebody told me to shut the F up and call me out my name.
Okay. Again, there's a few things here. First of all, my wife is from Michigan. I used to live in Detroit. I understand how Detroit is. My question to you is, how old is your child?
Well, now my son is 30.
Okay, so this was a while ago. So we're talking about early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 2026. Yeah. And right now, and even then, when I lived in Detroit in the early 2000s, it was very few black folks pulling up to the school board meetings holding anybody accountable. The last time anybody got held accountable in Detroit was Kwame Kilpatrick, and he got held accountable because he was using company funds to mess with his side bitch. My whole thing is everybody talk real tough about.
I agree.
Everybody talk real tough about the parents need to do this and the parents need to do that. But here's what none of you are saying. Do you know what in loco parentis is?
No.
In loco parentis is a Latin phrase. It means in place of the parent. As a parent, and I imagine, did your child go to public school or private school?
Public.
In public schools, in all 50 of, got you. In public schools, in all 50 of these yet to be United States, whether you are cognizant of it or not, you do not have parental rights from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. because the state is the child's parent. The state spends as much, if not more, waking hours with your child than you do. So they are in control. What happens in Detroit, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, New Orleans, Atlanta, DC, Macon, Savannah, Austin, and myriads of other places where black folks are not reading at grade level, are not performing mathematical computations correctly, is that what happens is nobody who looks like you and I are showing up to these school board meetings, don't know who their ombudsman is, don't know what district they live in, don't know who their city council person is, but then want to get on the internet and start talking about, well, the parents need to do this and the parents need to do that. And let's just say you raised an exceptional child, which I'm sure you have, specifically talking about you. When you look at what's happened in Detroit, would you say you raising your exceptional child has improved the overall condition of black people in Detroit?
No.
Exactly. So we have a bigger issue in Detroit. Would you also be willing to say that same issue, from what you can see on the news and what you can see on social media, which has been demonized, is the same in Chicago, Philadelphia, LA, New York, so on and so forth? Wherever pockets of black people are, the schools are underfunded, the teachers are overworked, the majority of the teachers are white. We don't have a bunch of black male teachers, let alone a bunch of black female teachers. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Great.
That's my point. When you understand, and I agree with everything you say. When I understand that I live in Detroit and there are not enough resources for my child to thrive, that's when my job comes in. That's when my child gets out of school, that's when I supposed to spend time with him, find extracurricular activities, eat dinner with them, take that phone and that stuff away from him, talk to them, spend time on the weekends instead of going to get high with your girls and your friends. Put your son in baseball, put him in football. The more activities they have, the less stuff they can get into. So everything you're saying is correct, but and you're correct about the state has them from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. But there were times when my son acted up in school and I had to leave work and go and handle the business of taking care of him. So parenting don't stop, even though they're in school half the day. It's still up to the parent.
Certainly, it's up to the parents. What I'm saying to you is, whether you choose to recognize it or not, there are influences around your child and around your child's upbringing, whether you are an involved parent or you're an absolute shit parent, that still have more of a bearing on how your child comes out than you do. That is the world in which we live. We can sit up here and act like we can just turn.
Can I ask you something?
I just want to finish my show.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Yes,
Go
you
ahead,
can, but
babe.
let me get my
Sorry about that.
thought out.
Sorry.
Let me get my thought out. We can act.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We can act like pulling social media away from our kids is going to fix it. We can act like being tough and putting them in baseball. Do you know how many kids I knew when I was on my baseball team who was smoking weed? Like, you're not going to bubble your child. And what needs to happen is the community at large. The community at large needs to have a culling. And on top of that, these so-called leading blacks who pop up when it's time for a press conference to boycott Target or find a case that they know they can win, like Ben Crump does, they don't pull up to the school board meetings. And the ones who do get called coons and sellouts and everything else because they're protesting books that have absolutely no business in schools. When you're starting talking about genitals and transitioning and all this other stuff that these kids are exposed to. You never saw this stuff when you and I were children. You want to know why? Because we didn't have that. Now, everything that is evil is what's propagated to your child. They have laws on the books in a lot of these states where your child could sit up here, and I imagine you said you had a son. Your son could sit up here and decide that from 7 to 3, he's Stacy, and they're hiding his lipstick, his blush, and his wig from his own mama. That tells you you're not in the driver's seat as much as you think that you are. So
yeah, well,
until that's addressed, hold on. I'm talking about time. I didn't say you were never in the driver's seat. I am saying as a parent in 2026, your kid's 30, so you out of the equation. But in 2026, when they making laws that say your kid can be whatever they want to be, and we don't have to tell them, we don't have to tell the parents, that is in and of itself an issue. We do not have Black owned and Black funded schools, except for Dr. Umar's Hotep Hogwarts, which still ain't opened in 14 years. We do not have the majority of our money in Black owned banks. We do not control the majority of the media. We do not control our food supply. But yet and still, while the parents are the primary custodian, they are never the primary influence. That's it. Now, what was your question?
Were you raised with your mother and father?
Sure was. Mama was a teacher and a hairdresser. My father was a cop.
And there you go. And your mother and father put the discipline and the knowledge into you to make you the man that you are today, right?
To a certain extent. Here's what you don't know. My parents split when I was 3. Wait, because I'm going to answer the question fully. Because what we're not going to do is pull the Clarence. And by Clarence, I mean, Clarence had both parents, and Clarence's parents had a real good marriage. My parents were divorced by the time.
I wasn't going there. I wasn't going there.
I'm just saying for the record, because I want to be clear.
There.
I want to make sure that I'm answering the question clearly. My parents split when I was 3.
You didn't let me finish the question.
I thought that was the question. Did you have both parents? Yes. However, I was raised in 2 different households. But continue your question. I thought that was the question.
Okay, and your parents, they raised you with discipline. They was on your butt. They made sure you did right thing, and they kept in touch with you. Even though you did have some experiences out there that they wouldn't have been happy about that you were dealing with, you still knew right from wrong, and you did what you were told by your parents because they put that in you. I was terrified of my mother and father of being in trouble or doing anything wrong. I respected them. But when you don't respect adults and family, how can you expect these kids to come out here with no respect? Now, you're telling me that the community should get together and they should do something and help out and all this kind of stuff. But how is the community supposed to help a 14-year-old with a gun? And when you walk up to one of them and you say, hey, pull your pants up, I can see your butt crack. Hey, can you tie your shoe before you fall? And then you get cussed out. That's why we have stepped back. The community has stepped back. When me and you was coming up, if you stepped on the neighbor's lawn or you did something to the neighbor and they go down there and tell your parents, you got your butt whooped. But now the community is scared to talk to your kids because the kids are so erratic and will cuss you out, beat you up, and all kind of stuff. So it's hard being a community leader and going out here and trying to help these kids. I tried to work up in the schools, but the kids come to school with their parents' attitude, with their parents' problem, and it's hard talking to them and dealing with them. I can't do it, and I give a blessing to anybody that can deal with these kids. I go in the liquor store and I'm playing my number, and you got 2 little 13, 14-year-olds up there cussing, bitch this, hold this, and all that. And you got all these adults my age standing around, won't nobody say nothing. I'm the only one that said, hey, excuse me, I'm an adult here. Can y'all please cut the language out? And they looked at me like, bitch, I'm gonna go tell my mama and she gonna fuck you up. So you can't deal with these kids in these communities. It has to, it's past that. It has to be consequences on these parents who are not raising these kids the correct way. I don't want to be bust in the head with somebody's kids after I done left a school trying to help somebody's kids. And that's the danger we're in now. They're killing, the kids are getting younger and younger, and they're killers. 14, 15. They desensitized by the movies and the video games. They don't have the same respect of life that you and I do, because they're desensitized to it.
I'm sorry, when were you born?
So I was born in 68. I'm a old broad. And so
Okay.
I was raised with a lot of discipline and a lot of, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, so you're gonna get your butt whooped. The kids can't get whooped now. They're gonna take the parents to jail and call the police and all that kind of stuff. The teachers are scared of the kids, the parents are scared of the kids. There's nothing you can do. Our mayor in Detroit, we've having these teen takeovers. At 10, 11 o'clock at night is too late for these kids to be downtown Detroit. There's nothing to do for them down there. They can't
The
go
mayor
in
of
no
Detroit
bars.
is a good-looking
There's no
joke.
arcades.
The mayor of Detroit is a good-looking joke.
She
got time. No. She got time to bring her fancy, tight, khaki-wearing ass to a Carissa Shields fight, but she ain't got time to rope up these kids, put consequences, and start hitting parents in the pockets. Because that's in her purview. So I don't want to hear that she can't do it. The truth of the matter is she won't do it. And that's what I'm talking about. Accountability is a two-way street. She got all the time in the world to get her pressing curl. She got all the time in the world to get her hair braided. She got all the time in the world to have her tits up to her chin. But she ain't got time to find the parents that we're talking about. Because I guarantee you, if money was on the line or they lost.
These are the leaders you're talking about, though. These are the leaders that ain't doing nothing. We got the Ben Crumps. We got the people that want us out there marching and acting a fool. But what we need to do is start being educated. Education is the best thing. These kids need to be doctors and lawyers and things like that, not basketball players and rappers. And why? Because the more knowledgeable Black people we have is where you're coming from. We can change things then. But right now, the Black people in power are money chasers. No, you're not a doctor. I really don't know your profession.
Am I a lawyer?
And you're very smart. No, you're not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need more in those positions that can make the change. Because like you said, our mayor ain't doing it. And I'm dealing with the chief of police now, Chief Bedison. He's not gonna do it. What is a 14-year-old doing downtown Detroit at 10 o'clock at night? There's nowhere for them to go. There's nothing open for them.
There's something open for them. No. There's something open for them. It's called the Juvenile Detention Center. If you have an 8 o'clock curfew, Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, 10 o'clock, Saturday, Sunday, midnight, that takes care of all that. And then what winds up happening is if they break that curfew, you round them up, and it's a $500 fine for the parents. This is not hard to solve. I'm not a politician. I'm an entrepreneur. These are very simple things. Things. But what winds up happening
our city not going to do it.
Your city's not going to do it because you're not pressuring your city to do it. Detroit's not going to do it because y'all ain't made them pay. Because all of you, watch this. I'm going to prove it to you. Watch this. Hold on, wait. Nero, hold on. I'm going to prove it to you. In your last election, who did you vote for?
I didn't vote for neither because I didn't think neither was qualified.
And they still elected somebody.
I didn't.
Who did the majority of Black?
I didn't. I'm sorry. We got a little delay. I'm sorry.
Who did the majority of people who look like you, people of your generation, vote for?
They vote for her.
And what is she?
They vote for Mayor Sheffield. She's
And
black.
what is she? And what else is she?
She's black.
And what else is she? And what else is she? Say it.
I don't know. A Cass
She's a Democrat.
Cass Tech graduate.
She's a Democrat.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yes,
how y'all vote.
definitely that.
Every last time.
I don't. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not
Wonderful.
a Democrat. So
Wonderful. Now that we got that out of the way, exceptions don't disprove the rule. You know, good and hell well, with the skin you're wearing and the ovaries you're carrying, the majority of y'all vote for Democrats every single time. And let them be black, oh, y'all gonna double down and go. You might be the exception, but the rest of your ilk
thank you.
will absolutely vote. That's it. And
That's
everywhere
why
there is
I
a
know
problem
in my heart that it's not going to get better.
No, and that's the problem. Every time there's a problem, you can always point to a Democrat mayor. I'm from Philadelphia. When I was a kid, I wasn't even 10 years old yet. They dropped a bomb on a black residential neighborhood. They dropped a bomb. And you know who dropped that bomb? A Democratic black mayor named W. Wilson. I call him no good. The problem is we will never, and I do mean never, put ourselves in a position to hold these cats accountable for any damn thing. That's why you won't get no change. That's why they won't wrap this up. Because we vote one way and we vote emotionally. Sure. Yep.
Okay. What I'm dealing with here in Detroit, like you said, people don't really get involved. I go down to the Detroit Board of Police Commissions, and I go down to the city council meetings. I've been fighting against them since 2011. My brother was murdered by a bar owner, and his brother was the head of the towing and auction part of the Detroit police. They covered up my brother's homicide, and so when it comes to working with the community and trying to get out there and bring stuff to light, I am one of those type of people. And going down to the city council and speaking in front of them is a joke. Because they listen. I bring them proof. I listen. They let it go in one ear and then they move on to the next. If it's not about bringing money to the city, they don't care. They don't care. I brought proof that 2 shooters that I discovered, 2 people were shooting at my brother when I finally got the FOIA. And I brought it to the Detroit Police Commission, and they told me that they were not qualified to read the reports. And I'm like, well, why are you the board of police commissioners? That's when I found out that they're not police officers, they're regular civilians, and they have no jurisdiction or authority over the Detroit Police Department. So their function is nothing but community stuff. If a cat caught in a tree or the trash or something like that. Well, why do you call yourself the board of police commissioners if you don't even oversee the Detroit police officers?
Because bureaucracy is
government
funny.
is a joke. It's a joke. It really is. So I am not a Democrat. I stopped being a Democrat probably when Obama was president, when he allowed the late term abortions. That, in my opinion, that was evil. That was pure evil, to give a woman a option to abort a child as late as she wants. And when Obama did that, and then I seen the other Democrats following suit, I left the party. I couldn't do that. I'm a godly woman first. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care about the Democrat. I was exactly what you said. I was voting Democrat because everybody, and I thought all black people did it. But then Obama opened my eyes. And when I seen the evil things, that was just evil. That was so evil to me that I had to let that go.
That's what's up.
But I got to get in my yard and do my work for my husband.
I understand.
But I wasn't talking about you. I was
No. We already got past that. I got it. That's all right. But
either way, I'm glad you came up. To you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here. I see lights in the building. What up,
I'm
homie?
glad I did too.
Absolutely,
Bye-bye.
sister. Thank you so much for being here. Yo, what's up, Sel?
What up, though?
Chilling, homie. What's happening?
You know I come up here to bring a little bit of heat, not towards you.
Come on.
Listen,
Come on. Yes, sir.
Respect to the sister that said that she's from Detroit. But I hate to be the one to be honest. She's lying about a few things.
Come on.
Let's just call it down the middle. There is some place for these 14-year-olds that's walking around with these pew pews downtown in Detroit at 10 o'clock at night. And before anybody asks, yes, I was born and raised from Detroit. I wear Detroit everywhere I go. Everybody know I'm from Detroit. Okay, I've been living. I was born there in '89. I ain't never left until it was time to go make some business or make some money. But before you can depend, or before you should be looking for the city council or the Detroit Police Department or anyone else to be mandating what should be happening with your children, it's the parents that should be mandating what's happening with these children. There's absolutely no reason for a 14-year-old to be downtown at 10 o'clock at night by themselves.
Period. Point blank.
And even in a lot of cases, because I'm not trying to, cause too much a riot or enrage people, but the truth of the matter is, and I always ask this question, where are the parents? Why are you looking for the government or anyone else to supervise what's going on with your children? When I always
100%.
talk about community, and I was talking about this yesterday on my show. I said, where is the community at? This guy, he was on my show, he was arguing. He said, what community are you talking about? Because there is a community. I said, okay, so if you're in a 2-parent household and my wife works in the morning and I work in the evening, there is maybe a 1 or 2 hour gap. Hey, OG Dave, can I call you right quick? Hey, LG, can you watch the kids for just like 30 minutes? Like just in between my wife getting home and me going to work. That's a community. A community is having immediate family that you can depend on, so you don't have to depend on the government or anyone else outside of your family to watch your children, to make sure that that household is being ran smoothly. That's what's being missed in this whole entire thing. So to the sister that was up here just talking about Detroit, there's a lot of things that's left out. Yeah, she's telling the truth. You go down to city council, you go down to the Detroit Police Department, but you're not coming to them with a check. You're just coming to them with problems that they choose to delay and put off because they don't want to involve themselves with anything that's not going to get them paid or going to get them recognition. And this is the biggest problem that we have going on, even with the topic of show that you're talking about right now. Where these community leaders, there's not a camera and there's not a check. There's not a viable position that they can put themselves in so that they can end up getting reelected. Stop depending on these people to solve the problem with our children when we as the parents need to be solving the problem with our children.
100%. My problem has always been, it ain't my kids, it's other people's kids. And my whole thing is, these children were raised with too many rights.
Absolutely.
And not enough rights and lefts.
Absolutely.
The other part of that is, they don't have what I like to call a healthy fear. Because these newfangled, trying to watch my mouth, these newfangled parents are telling these children, oh, my child should have a voice. And my child should have, I feel like children should be like Washington, D.C. They can air their grievances. They can talk about what they like, but they have no voting power. You're not a state. You don't get voting power. I'm over here running a benevolent dictatorship. If you don't like it, what did Claire Huxtable tell Denise? You can take whatever's in that bank account. You can go discover America.
Absolutely.
Because, and that's the thing. A lot of these newfangled parents want to be their kids' friends. I don't give a googop fart about being my kid's friend. I'm a Denzel Fences type of parent. Who said I got to like you? You waiting on me to like you. You living on the wrong thing. And see, fathers are the microcosm of the real world. We don't care about your triggers, your traumas, your safe space bullshit, how you identify as 15,963 genders. We don't give a googop about none of that. What we care about is making sure you're a productive member of society.
Absolutely.
That's it. The rest of that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, all this extra stuff. And then she was saying that, it's the video games, it's the music, as a parent, you are in control of what your children consume, not just food, but also entertainment-wise, also what they do with their time. This is what's happening with real parents. Just like yesterday, while I was streaming, my daughter came up to me. She said, Dad, I got my report card because the report card came in the mail. My baby got nothing but A's and B's, majority A's. That's what happens when you are entirely devoted to making sure that your children is good, when you are invested into your children's lives. There's nowhere that my children will go that I don't know. There's no one that my children will be talking to that I don't know. And that's what's missing a lot in these communities, because they depend on everyone else to, I don't want to have to put on a justice for my baby t-shirt because my baby is walking into a gas station with a firearm. And I hear everyone's cries about, well, he shouldn't have this and he shouldn't have that, and he will still be alive. Are we going to address the fact that a 14-year-old was walking around with a
With a
firearm?
gun. Mm-hmm.
Are we going to address that fact?
Got to.
And if we and like yesterday, I was getting so much pushback. Oh well, that's normal in the hood. Are we going to address the problem that that's normal in the hood? Well, he's carrying it around for protection. What is so dangerous in the environment that a 14-year-old would need to be walking around with a firearm?
Mm-hmm.
So
The same thing that was dangerous when I was coming up and I knew 14-year-olds that had firearms.
Oh,
The same thing. The streets, the gangs, the drug dealers, all of the above.
oh, so it sounds like we're looking at the small problem and not addressing the big problem. The big problem is the streets, the gangs, and the drugs. So let's address
100%.
the streets, the gangs, and the drugs. But a lot of people
Facts.
don't want to. They don't want to engage with those people because there is a fear. Y'all got to stop being. Y'all got to stop being afraid of who it is that's in your neighborhood and clean your neighborhood up. But you know they voted in some orange man in the office, as they call him, and now he's cleaning up the streets, and they mad about it.
Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%. What up, TZ?
Peace and blessings, man. Hey,
What's
I
happening
just, I
with you?
just, I just wanted to get on and let the lady know I apologize. I just wanted to apologize for you saying I blocked somebody else that was trolling in there, and then I seen her comment, and I was on the raw. I was just on the raw.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but to go off of what she was saying though, man, what brother man is saying right now is 100% completely true. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we do need to be in our be up on our kids. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of older generation needs to understand that a lot of things was put in our way to distract us from being there to uh, uh, to do the things for our kids, like the rights and wrongs and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because
100%.
like what you were saying was they go to school. Once they're in school, they're under their parental rights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like
100%.
that's really it. I didn't really want much. I just wanted to apologize to the lady, but I got on late.
Mm-hmm. It's all
But
good. It's all good.
peace and blessings, though, man. I'm gonna drop down.
Appreciate you, fam.
Indeed.
Absolutely. So yeah, man. I think a lot of times people don't understand the importance of necessary intervention, because necessary intervention sounds too difficult to people who don't want to really be parents. And my thing with that is, yeah, the kid should not have had a hammer. He shouldn't have. But again, we gonna keep it a buck. A lot of these parents can't afford karate. And my thing is, Rick Chow has had a history of putting his hands on people and being violent that has not been addressed. So it's not just about Cyrus, it's about this man's behavior. And my question is, like I said earlier, the same reason you see a lot of women talk to their men crazy is because they feel safe enough to do it. The reason that Rick Chow felt safe enough to unalive a child in broad daylight or whatever it is, out in the open, is because he felt safe enough to do it. And until we address the fact that these folks feel safe enough to pum us with absolutely no issue, because they've got to stop Asian hate bill. They can say the COVID bill, again,
Mm-mm.
that John Lewis bill, that stop Asian hate bill, the,
Absolutely.
the George Floyd bill, none of those things came to fruition except for the Stop Asian Hate bill. So until we address the fact that we are not protected under the law, and you can miss me with Roland and his wide bottom face looking self talking about, well, we didn't had we didn't had bills before. They ain't working, Rolly.
Absolutely.
Just like your thyroid, it ain't working.
Jesus Christ.
Just like your metabolism, it ain't working. Just like them ugly ass dashikis and robes you be wearing, it ain't working. Just like them horrible ass dances you do, it ain't working. Just like your belt, it ain't working.
Mm-mm.
The hell is we talking about?
You said that's why he be wearing spandex.
I don't know if that man wears spandex or not. I try not to look.
Well, even if you tried to look, you couldn't find it.
Elastic be calling out sick.
Absolutely, but no, I was saying this. I was saying this in this conversation. You know why that Asian man was comfortable chasing down that 14-year-old boy?
Because we've allowed him to ingratiate himself in our communities, and we pay him with absolutely no problem, and we don't demand anything from these people who take out of our communities because our money only lasts
Come on now.
our money only lasts 6 hours in our community, and they take it and they go like that man I played in the beginning of the show.
Yes, sir.
They live in white neighborhoods. Oh,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead and boycott us. Yeah, the only reason you can live in those white neighborhoods is because you're doing it with the black wealth that you've accumulated from giving us lackluster products, hair, nails, chemicals, fatty foods. The hell is we talking about?
Big facts. But you know the other thing is, they only participating in the culture and the custom that they have been introduced to, which is, you mean to tell me in our community, in our neighborhoods, we don't do it for less? People don't get chased up and down the block for less? People don't get unalived in clubs for stepping on people's shoes for less? People don't get deleted over colors for less? People not going around posting themselves in music videos and claiming and creating rap lyrics, talking about what they'd do to someone. I mean, a lot of people get mad when I say this, but didn't King Von do more to more people for less because of a lyric? So they only participating in a behavior that not only has been glorified and popularized, but also monetized. So if we want them to stop treating us a certain type of way, maybe we should stop treating each other a certain type of way. Maybe instead of us picking up the guns, maybe we should be picking up the hands, or even better, picking up the book. Maybe we should be reading more. Maybe we should be going out and increasing our intellect and increasing our community by strengthening the foundation so that we can be better as a people and stop allowing other people outside of our culture to come into our culture and then rob us of our greatness. But we keep on selling ourselves out for that check. But you know,
100%.
a lot of people not trying to hear that too much because the truth is too painful and the weight is too heavy. Heavy
That's
is the
it.
crown, right?
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, good brother. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, man. What else is going on?
Oh, a lot is going on. What's going on right now is this is what's going on. Unless you have a backing or you have a funded thought process behind exactly what it is that they want you to do, you're not going to get the support that they want you to have.
No!
Oh, absolutely. Oh, brother,
You kidding me?
I came up here to tell all the truth. And by the way, to everybody that's watching the chat, make sure y'all support the show by hitting the Cash App and or the Super Chat. Don't just like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you actually donate. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Y'all don't have no problem sending money to someone that comes up with a salacious talking point about men and or women. Y'all don't have a problem spending money at the grocery stores when you're buying all of this processed food. Y'all don't have a problem buying all of these CDs and these digital downloaded records from all of these outside of our culture community people that love to keep on buying up all of our essence and then shipping it back to us and then telling us that we're the problem. Y'all don't have a problem doing these things. Y'all don't have a problem donating money to a party that wanted to keep you in chain and enslaved.
Come on.
Dave, I don't know how far I can go on your show.
You can go as far as you like. I'll tell you
cool.
where the line is. I
Okay,
ain't found it yet, but keep going.
Y'all don't have a problem giving all of these monies to these people that keep on taking your monies and shipping it all over the globe, saying that they need more help than we do. Yeah, our children is dying on the street. Our children is starving in the classrooms. Our children is starving at home. Y'all don't have a problem giving all of this money to these people that keep on saying we have your best interest for you, but we want to keep putting all of these people that's coming into the country and now here illegally behind enemy lines, behind friendly lines, so that you can protect them, and then we can take this thing called your vote and go do what we want with your money. But again,
100%.
continue to vote Democrat. What did Lyndon B. Johnson say?
I'm going to have these Negroes voting Democrat for the next 200 years. 65 years later, he's been right.
Oh, okay. So at the end of the day, please continue by all means to complain about the establishment while fighting for the front line.
That's all. That's all. That's it. Because the super chats have been non-existent today, and I'm like, I don't know if that's the case for sure, because again, I'm on a different platform. I like Riverside. It's a much cleaner layout to me than StreamYard. So I might keep it, but I'm experimenting. So I don't know if people have super chatted or not. I haven't seen it. If you have super chatted, I apologize because I have not been able to see it. But you know, I know the Venmo and the Cash App ain't hitting like it normally hits. But again, it is what it is. A good thing I don't do this for money. it's nice to help because brother got to brother got to keep a 24-ounce coffee on deck. You know what I'm saying? And I took myself off the road to do this show because people's like, ain't nobody giving the information to the people, Dave. Ain't nobody talking to the people. You can't just be out here signing books, Dave. You got to. See, FU2 said he sent the super chat. That's what I'm saying. I can't even see it. So shout out to FU2 for the super chat.
You got to have YouTube open and Riverside open. That way you can be able to see. Yeah, because I'm looking at your YouTube.
Right.
As we're up here. Thankfully, I like Riverside because Riverside minimizes itself, but I can see people are indeed sending you super chats.
I do appreciate it. I gotta find them. Let me see here. Hold on one second. So I gotta have this open. Okay. So then now I see it. Oh, okay, bet. I see that. Mr. Watson said, always here to support you, brother. You kept your word since that phone conversation, and I'm grateful. Appreciate real OGs. All right, I'm looking. I'm seeing the super chats. All right, I see Teasy. And on that note, yeah, no, I see that. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Of course, definitely appreciate it. And then hold on. I'm learning because hold on.
Technology is a beautiful thing when it's used correctly, but you got to learn it.
Yeah. Listen, and I'm a tech guy. That's the thing that kills me. But yeah, let's go ahead. We got a super chat goal, so we got 10 super chats before we get out of here. That is definitely the goal, but I definitely appreciate those of you who have, and that absolutely means the world to me. So thank y'all so much. I did not know. See, I'm learning. Riverside is a beautiful thing, but I did not know. I do appreciate that. Look at that. See, that's why I keep Cell around, because Cell gonna keep me straight.
You know what? As much as a tech guy as I am, I have a wife. And this wife of mine loves to dibble and dabble in all of the technology things that I like to. Yeah. And she discovered things that I don't even know, and I discovered.
I did not, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even know that was your wife because I met your wife before I met you. I did not know y'all were married. Yeah, I didn't know y'all was even connected. That's wild. Oh, your wife is super nice, man. Super wonderful lady, man.
But when they piss her off,
listen,
brother, Dave, I got to tell you this. This young brother that I was on the panel with the other day. We brought up the fact that the 94 crime bill was the most destructive bill ever drawn up, and how the impact that it had on the black community. This young brother, he was in his 20s. This young brother said that's just an excuse. I said, what do you mean that's an excuse? He said the 94 crime bill didn't have an effect on the black community.
Wait, what?
My wife said, excuse me, young brother, do you read? He said, yeah, I read. Y'all just salacious. I said, what? I said, hold on, young brother. What do you mean? So my wife went and did a live stream about how the 94 crime bill substantially had an impact on the black community. This brother said, y'all just saying that because y'all want to get super chats and cash apps and subscriptions. What? I said, brother, do you know who Malcolm X is? Yeah, I know who Malcolm X is. I said, okay. I said, what did Malcolm X say about the black community and white liberals? He said, it don't matter. I said, and that's the problem right there, because you don't read enough. You don't know about Huey P. Newton. You don't know about Marcus Garvey. You don't know about all of these great, wonderful leaders who spoke up all the things that not only that we needed to hear, but we needed to know. And these examples that was laid before us that we can follow behind so that we can strengthen ourselves so that we won't make the same mistakes that we did before. I said, if you're going to look at something called the 94 crime bill and say that that was not impactful and how that was dangerous to the black community, this brother said, well, at the end of the day, it was Trump's fault.
Huh? Trump what? And then there was
he thought the
wait a minute.
He thought the 94 crime bill was drawn up by Republicans. I said, young man.
The 94 crime bill was drawn up by Joseph Robinette Biden of Delaware and signed into law by Bill Clinton. What is we talking about?
This is how out of touch people are, OG.
Wow. I'm so confused. First of all, so before you go any further, I want to read these super chats because I done found the super chats. Now I can see clearly now the money's here. All right, so DB Smooth with the $2 super chat said, good morning, Dave. The Iceman with the $10 super chat said, spotted Jamal Bryant in Target earlier. He had on a bonnet, domestic violence shades, and bottles of Veet, Nair, and Venus razors in his basket. Good damn morning, crew. Hashtag B1, hashtag 305, hashtag cut the check. D. Codus Jenkins with the $2 super chat said, no black leaders. They've already been bought and paid off. Kenneth Cole with the big 1999 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. P5 Man Podcast with the $10 super chat says 17th and 18th century slave masters, the Democratic Party, and today's so-called black leaders have taken their ability to monetize the trauma of black people into an art form. Black people, wake the F up. Uh-oh. Did I lose y'all? Can you hear me? Oh, you just muted yourself.
Yeah, I muted myself.
Because the thing went down on the other screen. I was like, wait, hold up. Let's see here. Damien just sent Dave Anderson gift membership. I do appreciate that. Yes, indeed. So listen, y'all got to make sure y'all get these gift memberships. Appreciate that. Christelle Watson said, group economics starts with building our own institutions. Imagine a community-owned convenience store in a local rec center serving and reinvesting in the neighborhood. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that 1999 super chat. Rakai Media says, in my opinion, Detroit, bro, is spitting facts from an actual in-the-field experience. Shout out to Detroit, and get involved with your children. Know their friends. First of all, I want to shout out to a real important Detroiter, and that is T-Baby. T-Baby done said, it's so cold in D.
Listen.
How we supposed to keep peace? It's all on my... Listen, shout out to T-Baby. I made T-Baby go viral when I was producing Ricky Smiley Show. Man, we ran that song every day we was in Detroit.
Absolutely.
T-Baby is an icon. I don't care if nobody says I love T-Baby. Listen, Rakai Media with the $5 super chat said, in my opinion, Detroit bro is spitting facts from an actual infield experience. Shout out to Detroit. Get involved with your children. Know their friends. FU2 with the $5 super chat says, Rick Chow is a shooter. He got away with 2 other shootings. Also, Chow's son was playing stupid on the stand like he don't understand English. And then TZ Baby said, $4.99 super chat. And on that note, appreciate you tossing something there. Sexy Red with the $10 super chat says, thanks for keeping it real, gentlemen. I appreciate that. Yaya FBA says, I want to order your show music package. Well, you can go right now and get the package. We're still sending them out. So make sure that you go ahead and you order it. I definitely appreciate that. If you look, the iPad Cheeks bundle is your best bang for your buck. If not, if you just want to do it directly, you can cash at me $the business bully with your email address, and I will get it out to you. It is really that simple. So thank you for the $5 super chat. Robert Platinum with the $5 super chat says, Dave, excellent stream. Sacrificing my Newports for you, bro. So what up? And then Iceman says, with the $5 super chat, the time to talk is up. So bring your heat. That time is over. We are getting there. We need more super chats in the building before we bounce out of here. Thank y'all so much for being here. So I'm really thrilled about that, man. So what you got going on, fam?
Man, all I got going on, my next stream is a continuation of yesterday's show. I'm actually creating the thumbnail now. I want to thank you for the inspiration from your thumbnail today. But it's always going to come back to, I'm not looking for anyone within government, politics, police departments, anyone within the schools. I'm always asking the question, where are the parents when we're talking about community? And the same thing, I don't know, man. As much as people say that, oh, y'all hate y'all people and you're self-hating and all this, that, and the other, I love my people more than I love anybody else. First of all, I love my wife more than I love anybody else. And then I love y'all.
Right. In that order, bro. Like, what is we talking about? In that order. Like, what we not going to do? I don't want no problems with your wife, because your wife, like, she's a lovely lady, but when she get that crazy look in her eye, this right here, when she go like this.
That's that New York. When that New York come out.
She be like, hey, yo. I be like, I'm like, and I'd be so happy it's not me.
Hey,
I'd be so happy it's not me.
Yeah, because even in the continuation of that conversation that we was having, I asked that young brother, I said, young brother, let me ask you a question. I said, let's just say you believe the 94 crime bill was the most impactful and disturbing and destructive bill that was drawn up against black people. I said, did Obama do anything about it? Did Bush do anything about it? He said, nah, ain't nobody never did nothing. I said, that's funny that you say that. I said, because have you ever heard of the First Step Act? He said, who was the first? He said, yeah, the First Step Act, that was drawn up by Biden. I said, who told you that?
These people don't know a damn thing.
I said, who told you that? He said, "Well, I don't want to." He said, "I always find it funny. You want to talk about everything. You want to talk about all of that, but you don't want to talk about reparations." Oh, let's talk about reparations. I love that
Talk about
conversation.
it.
I said, "So when the reparations conversation was brought to Obama, what did Obama do?" He said, "Well, Obama couldn't. He couldn't handle it." I said, "That's not true. Obama shut the conversation down." I said, "When the
Immediately.
reparations offering was brought to Biden, what did Biden do?" He said, "Oh well, Biden was handling. He was handling C-19." I said, "That's not what happened either." I said, "You do know that they went to court about reparations." I said, "What happened with that?" He said, "Oh well, I don't know. It seems like to me everybody they wanted to do everything for everybody else except us." I said, "You're absolutely right." I said, "When the reparations argument came to Trump, what did he bring about?" He said, "Well, he ain't never did nothing." I said, "Oh, so you never heard of the Platinum Plan?" He said, "Well, that don't mean nothing for black people." I said, "I find it funny that the only thing that you can bring me is everything that no one has ever done for black people." I said, "What are you doing for black people?" He said, "Well, we a lost cause." I said, "And that's the problem right there." I said, "You don't have enough belief, you don't have enough hope into where it is that we as black people can build ourselves up. We as black people, we can bring ourselves up. And we can do this just by starting with what's in the home. You don't need a policy or a bill, an amendment, a statute. You don't need. All you have to do is one, educate yourself. Two, make sure you educate your children. Three, circulate the black dollar within our own neighborhood." You said how long the black dollar lasts? 6 hours?
6 hours.
Why? How is that possible? How is that
Where's it
possible?
going to go? Because it circulates to everybody outside of our community from within our community. We're infiltrated. We're infiltrated, we are underfunded, and we are overexposed. We're the only community that's like that. Again, I tell people all the time, there's a Little Italy, there is a deli district, there's a diamond district, there's a jewelry district, there is a Koreatown, there is a Chinatown, but you know what we don't have? Brothertown or Black Girl Magicville, and until we start having those, it's crazy.
Facts. But all over Detroit, all of the gas stations is owned by the Arabs, and all of the fried chicken spots is owned by the Arabs. I'm sorry. All of the beauty supplies is owned by the Chinese. All of the hair the nails places, what they call them, the nail salons, they
Nail
owned by
salons.
the Chinese. I said when you go to the liquor stores, they owned by the Arabs. I said, so where are the black owned stores? Well, black people charge too much, and that's the problem right there.
Because it's not a matter that they charge too much. It's a matter of you don't want to pay that type of money to a black face. Real quick, I want to get these super chats out of the way. Dove Girl with the $5 super chat says, "My issue is that we're talking about building without protection first, and that's how all our towns got burned down and drowned the first time. Hashtag B1. Then Elder Green Cobra said, "Men with big egos but without merit are dangerous to everybody. Develop yourself first and speak through personal example." I'd love to know who he's talking to.
I would love to know.
I would love to know. I would really love to know. Elder Green Cobra, thank you for the $10 super chat. Who are you talking to specifically? I would love to know that. P5 Man Podcast with the $10 super chat said, "These were started by Democratic Party, slavery, KKK, poll taxes, Jim Crow law, and voting against the Civil Rights Act. Not only voting against it, but filibustering it.
Come on
Yet
now.
the community still votes for the Democrats." Shaking my head. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Definitely. Much love to you. Appreciate you, pimping. Appreciate you. Elder Green Cobra, again, I just wanted to know who you was talking to. Because I'm trying to figure out who's not established.
I love
who
to
hasn't
know, too.
developed themselves, because I would really love to have that conversation. Because if you're saying that from a place of you're more established, I would love to hear about all of the things that you've accomplished so that I can glean some wisdom from somebody that's done more than I have. I would really love that if you were talking to me. I really would, because that would mean absolutely everything to me. If you could just come up here and explain who you were talking to, because I'm for the love of Ray J, I would love to figure that out.
He says men, specifically all men.
Oh, specifically all men. Okay, cool. Because you weren't talking to me. Okay, cool. No doubt. I just want to make sure. To me, man, I think there's so many things that have not happened as of yet that need to happen, and I don't know how we get there collectively when we've got too many interlopers, too many people who believe whatever they see on the television, whatever they see from the Shade Room or Media Takeout or any of these Tether-owned so-called media outlets that do not have the black community's interests at heart.
Absolutely.
You know, so I just can't even go there.
Well, you know.
Word on the curb said, "Let's not be sensitive on opinions." Who's being sensitive? Is asking a question now the bar for sensitivity? I'm very confused.
Um,
I'm trying to understand.
I don't. I don't. I'm trying to. We're paying attention to everything except for the problem, and when you address the problem, people get sensitive, and then they say that when you have a response to their sensitivity, then they say that you're emotional. So I'm just trying to understand: is it not a good thing that we care about our community, or is it okay that these people who say that they care about our community only show up for our community when someone in our community has either died or have been deleted, or that there's an opportunity to make a check? Because Ben Crump, I'm surprised Ben Crump didn't come out the woodwork check. Where he at?
Ben Crump does not show up for cases he can lose.
Oh, okay, cool. So in other
That's why
words,
he's not going to. That's why he's not going to help this family. Again, he's selective. All of these so-called black leaders, leading blacks, lawyers, ambulance chasers, headline stealers, are all very selective in their outrage. A high priest said, "Where is the link?" Yeah, I can get you the link. Here you go. We got a little time today.
So when you say cases that he could lose, you mean that he's an opportunist?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So there is no real support when it comes to people like Ben Crump that show up only. I'm sorry, like Al Sharpton. The biggest government plant that we've ever seen in our whole entire life.
You mean CI7?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Mister put them in place so they can get the scope on them. That guy, yeah, that guy, yeah, of course, yeah. Al Sharpton, yeah, 100%. That guy, yeah,
100%.
You know what's one thing I like about Al Sharpton? He's a great He's a great representation of everything that should not be said out of a black man's mouth. That's what I like about. That's what I like about Al
lesson
Sharpton.
of what not to do. 100%.
A physical a physical manifestation of mistakes that continuously keep on voted in and keep on getting popularized. That's how I look at Al Sharpton. That's the same way. That's the same way that I look at Roland Martin. They will.
How you gonna have a thing called the National Action Network when he ain't doing no action? What are the actions Al Sharpton is taking?
Is there a check behind it?
I mean, listen. Floyd Rivers with the $4.99 super chat said this young man spoke fire. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you. Ma of Deuce One with the $5 super chat said thanks to help awaken those who still slumber. You are appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We're getting there. We got to get these super chats up. Also, Cash App is open, $ the Business Bully, and Venmo is open at the Business Bully. So if you can't super chat, you can always Venmo, and you can always hit the Cash App like I'm Dr. Umar. But yeah, man, I definitely find it interesting.
You mean the school that always is and will never will be all at the same time?
Man, listen, I keep trying to tell you Negroes that slapping a coat of paint on a trap bando, and just making it red, white, and red, black, and green is not the same. So, sir, listen, I get it. You're winning in life, sir. I get it. Yeah. You got a lovely wife. I understand. But what you're not going to do is come on my show and be intellectually disingenuous. Like, sir. Yeah. Sir. You know good and hell well.
Yes, sir.
You know. Bro.
Go ahead.
I got to say. There's... FDMG is the Great Pumpkin, bro. Y'all know it's the Great Pumpkin. Y'all know that trap bando. It's a trap bando, bro. Like, what is we talking about?
You mean the thing that keeps on giving but never gave? That thing?
How did it get? Tetherism is alive and well, bro.
Absolutely. There's value in tetherism. You know what that is.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm telling you, like, these people out here, babbling in bushmeat.
Absolutely insane. You know why that is, right? Because The next time you will probably see and or hear from Dr. Umar, he'll be on another episode of what's Drewski's show name? Could have
I
been
don't know.
love. Could have been
Could
love.
have
Yeah,
been. Yeah,
yeah. That's the next time you will see and or hear from Dr. Umar when he says "Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never."
they love that.
Yeah. That's the next time you'll hear from him because there's a brother who does content on YouTube. We call him KKC, right? And he does a lot of content on the FDMG school that will always be, will never be there. And his most recent video that he did, the school looks the exact same as it did about a year ago. But people still have this belief and this dream that the school was open. This school will open. The problem is, I give Dr. Umar his credit, and I'm gonna tell you why. Dr. Umar has mastered scholastically.
Lying?
What, not just
Lying?
that, he has mastered scholastically what black pastors have done spiritually over the last, I don't know, what, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. He has monetized hope. And that is what has happened.
Monetizing hope is wild work, bro.
Hey, it's working though.
It really is. It does well. It works now. It works now. I'm not even gonna hold you on that because it truly is a situation where Dr. Umar is doing what he does best, which is tethering. He's real good at tethering. I am looking for something very specific, and for some reason, all of a sudden, I can't find it, and it's bothering me because I know it's here. It's
Hey
hiding
guys,
from me. Yeah. Hey.
What's going
Hey.
on, G?
Can you put your camera on, please?
I get afraid when people show up with no camera.
Yeah, that's really weird. And he didn't really have a can I help you? Because you about to go bye-bye if you don't put your camera on.
And
Okay.
survey says
Okay, so let's go ahead and the guy calls himself the truth, but he's not here. No camera found, no speaker found. Oh well, you know what we're going to do.
Well,
And here comes the boot.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. He may not be familiar with Riverside, so he might have to go out and come back in. Truth, if you can still hear me, you might have to go out and come back in or join from your computer. I find it hard to join from your phone sometimes.
Yeah, because that's it's insane here. Let's see here. Okay, making sure I didn't miss any super chats. So we were still good. I'm gonna find this damn thing because you need to see this. So if you don't see nothing else, you gonna see this today before you leave today. Because I ain't gonna be on her all damn day. Oh no, I got to show it to you. I can't just say it. You got to have the visual. Because if we're gonna have a conversation about your boy Dr. Umar, we got to talk about all of it. And your boy is out here Umaring.
As always.
And as always, I know it's here because I had it here. But this is what winds up happening. Oh, I forgot about that. But how come I can't find what I'm looking for? It's because I'm looking for it. Hold on. Uh-oh. Is that your dog?
Yeah, that's my dog.
What kind of dog is that? Sound like a little dog.
I'm probably gonna get yelled at by my wife for mispronouncing this. I believe it's called a Bichon Frise or Frise
Bichon Frise. That's correct. Yes. You got it right.
Always have a problem pronouncing that dog's name, but I call him Fluffy. He's about 11 years old. Yeah, he's about 11 years old. He weigh about 7 pounds. Now he a chunky little old thing, but he got an attitude. You know, he
so basically he's Roland Martin.
Nah, well,
short, fat, yippy, and useless.
Well, I wouldn't call him useless, right? Because he's the first line of defense. Well, he's like the third line of defense. Just in case they get past the lasers and the cameras, he's the one to let me know that they in the house if I'm asleep. That way I can go ahead and take care of business the way that John Wick does. So that's that.
Oh my gosh, not John Wick. You working? No, just working out some things.
Absolutely. You know, they did something to my dog. I went ahead and sent you a super chat, by the way, big homie.
Oh, thank you for the super chat. I'm about to go check it out. 1 second. I was just looking for this thing because for some reason it just don't want to show up. But I got something else that's similar. Here we go. Let me go ahead and pull this and save this. Uh-oh. Yep. Okay. So I'm starting a brand new comic strip. It's going to have its own channel. I'm just going to have its own social media, but I wanted to share this. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Let's see here. I really do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like Riverside. I think Riverside is cool. But I wanted you to see the Dr. Umar comic strip. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's coming. It's coming. I just want y'all to see it. School's almost ready, family. Just need one more donation. One more donation. You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? Listen, I do appreciate that. Let's see here. Okay.
That comic is nasty work. I just have to let you know, sir.
What you mean it's not? I think that's a good. What? How is that nasty work? Listen, you over here working hard. I think it's clean. I'm trying to make it like the Archies. I thought it was real cool. So hold on real quick. King Jerus, shout out to David. So thank you for hitting us with information we need. Action Network by Sharpton is basically around the corner from me. He didn't try to help prevent the action. Elder Green Cobra said with the $10 super chat, I'm spilling the bread today. Hey, what's your opinion on somehow making it mandatory that every black child attend their local vocational school right out of high school? If they're not in college or they're not in the military, I do think it should be mandatory that every child gets maximum skills. I also think the truth of the matter is when we live in this system, and I don't want to call it white supremacy because I don't believe that there's a white man on earth that's supreme over me. When we live in a system that is designed to profit from what black folks have or what black folks don't have, I don't think you're going to get the solution from there. Can you put your camera on? Because you just popped up here. What's good?
Oh, I don't, my computer doesn't have what do you call it again? The
webcam?
Yeah, it doesn't have that. I have to get an attachment.
Gotcha.
It's a desktop. No,
gotcha.
I'm just calling. I'm just calling just to contribute. I think that I think most of our people, most black people in general, don't understand the sheer scale of things, of the situation that we're going through today. So let me give you an example. So I asked the lady, what percentage of wealth does the bottom half of America have? She was like, well, this is a black lady. She was like, well, like 20, 30%. I had to tell her the truth that it was 1%. So that's the bottom half of America has only 1% of the wealth.
Correct.
Then I asked her again, what percentage of black people do you think are the bottom half? She was like, well, like 30, 40. Then I had to correct her again. It's 90%.
Correct.
90% of the black population is in the bottom 50 sharing. And then the bottom half of black America in total has negative net worth. So we're dealing with a group of people where like 80% of the population doesn't have $10,000. And like saved, the sheer scale of this thing is so bad that like what Umar Johnson is talking about in principle would have worked had it been the two generations that came before did the work. And that's the main problem. There are two generations of failure in black America since 64 that's missing. And what's bad is that the way the policy was set by the US government was the fact that all the wealth in America was pretty much distributed at that point.
Sir, real quick.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
New York.
No, where are your people from, sir?
My dad is from Trinity and my mom is black.
So you...
But look, here's the thing. even when you look at like foreign black people, the vast majority of the functional black people are all foreign black people now.
Come on, Matt. Don't do that.
What gave
Don't
it
do that.
away? Don't do that, sir.
Don't do that.
Bro, like half of the only
Don't do that.
5% of the doctors are black. Half of them are like
Don't do that.
Nigerian.
Don't do that.
So?
See, you started off good.
What do you mean? So that's the society that shows that the society has
See?
I just told you,
You was doing
black
so
folks
Who
right.
are
like
you yelling at? First of all,
I'm not
Lower your voice.
yelling. I'm not yelling at
You
anybody.
Totally.
But a
Lower
lot
your
of
voice,
black
sir.
people
Sir,
have
I
a
have
complex.
headphones on, sir.
Oh,
I have
a
headphones
lot
on.
of
You
black
are raising your
people.
voice. Please lower your voice.
Sorry, that's how I talk. A lot of black people have a
Talk softer.
complex.
If you were in a library, you'd be able to talk softer. If
Okay,
I had a gun to
okay,
put to the back of your head, you'd be able to talk softer. Please.
A lot of black
exercise
people
restraint.
have a serious complex. It's a lot of
What
our
complex
people.
is that, sir?
I don't know what it is, but there's a complex there.
Hey, Dave.
What complex? Oh no, I got this. Hold on, hold that thought.
Okay, you got it.
What complex is that, sir?
I think the complex has to do with some kind of like there's a dissonance there, because a lot of black folks are just realizing the truth about their social and economic position in this country.
Oh, we're just realizing the social economic position in this country.
I mean, I said black people in general, as a whole, are just realizing it in total. I'm not talking about you.
I
I'm
didn't say you
saying
were talking about me.
I'm saying
but you are
hold
talking about
on.
my people.
I'm half black too. What is my people? What is my people? What are you talking about?
You're Trinidadian, sir.
My mom is black.
That's not what you said. You said my mom.
I said no. I said my mom is black and my dad is Trinidadian. And this goes back to the complex that I say a lot of black folks have here.
What complex is that, sir?
I just explained it. There's something wrong.
What is
something.
Wrong?
There's something.
What is it specifically? When you say something, what is the something, sir?
There's some kind of psychosis there.
What psychosis is that, sir?
I think the psychosis has to do with a lot. I think there's this attempt. Well, I got it. There's an identity crisis.
What identity crisis?
So, because of a lot of the work hasn't been done for the black identity, what happened? This is what I know: is a lot of black people try to attach themselves to other identities. So it's Bloods, Crips,
what?
GDs.
No. Excuse me. Stop.
Hebrew.
Stop.
Hold on.
Stop.
Hebrew Israelites.
I'm sorry. No. I got him. So I'm sorry. What's the name of this show?
I don't know.
So you just popped up on a show with Tether Babble, and you don't even know the name of the show. The
What do you mean Tether Babble? What do you mean Tether Babble? I'm half black.
Sir, right now, first of all, your accent is thicker than my wife's thighs.
You're not even fully black. All black people in this country aren't 100% African. So what are you talking about genetically?
Shit, Sherlock.
What?
But that's generations removed. I'm talking.
It doesn't matter,
sir. If you cannot respect my platform, I'm going to boot you. Please let me talk.
Okay, what's your point? What's your point?
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Because you're not talking to me.
Nobody's talking.
Excuse me.
That's that complex.
Sir, I don't have a complex. Trust me, my net worth is higher than yours.
How do you know that? You don't even know who you're talking to.
I know because you said you don't have a camera, but again, you're talking about.
No, I said I was logging in from the desktop. I logged in from a desktop.
He's still talking. Y'all hear how he's still talking?
You just revealed the financial complex. The first thing you go through is
it's not a financial complex, sir.
You just revealed that you have a complex around money.
No? Yes or no? I don't have a complex about money at all. You literally talked about the bottom half of America, and I'm letting you know I'm not in it. Period. No. Excuse me. I sat here quietly and I let you talk. This is my show.
Talk.
Yes or no? I don't want to hear a dissertation. Yes or no? Are you in Forbes? Excuse me. Are you in Forbes, sir?
Am I in Forbes?
It's a yes or no question.
Is that the question you're asking?
Yeah.
That's a moot point.
No, it's a yes or no question.
I'm not in Forbes.
Are you in Entrepreneur Magazine?
I don't need to be an Entrepreneur Magazine.
No. It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question.
It's a stupid question.
It's not a question. Do you have employees that you pay every? Do you have employees you pay every week?
Yes, I do.
How many? This is not a hard question. How
Total
many?
now.
Come on.
I'm trying. I'm not the one running HR, but as of now, we have about like 500 people under us.
500 people under you. What's the name of your
No,
business,
no,
sir?
5,000. 5,000. Sorry,
You
5,000 people
500
under
to
us.
5,000. You have 5,000 employees. What's the name of your business?
You don't need to know that.
Yeah, like I said. So again, how now 500 to 5,000. See, the problem with people like this, right, is they don't even realize that they're tether babbling. To sit up here and equate foundational Black Americans with Bloods and Crips and gangster disciples and vice lords or whatever else is propagandized by people who identify with their non-foundational half. And to say, well, all Black people are in 100% Black. No, of course not, because there's a bunch of European race mixing. I know for a fact that there's Indian in my family, a few generations removed.
Okay,
And I'm not
bro, let me explain.
This ain't your show. This ain't your show.
Okay.
Hush. I don't understand for the life of me why these people feel so entitled to disrespect us when the only reason half of who he is here is because of my ancestors. The disrespect and the saying we got a complex about this and we got a complex about that, but this man is not a clinician. I can tell you what my businesses are. That's not a big secret. Google is your friend. It tells all your business. But you're not a peer. You're an individual who came up here to try and sow disrespect and discord.
That's not true.
It's not going to be tried. When you talk about equating foundational Black Americans to gangs, which is less than 1/2 of foundational Black Americans who are in gangs.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Did you not sit up here and say that we got a problem because of gangster disciples and
No,
we got
that's
a complex? What did you say?
That's not what I said.
Because we do have it on tape. But go ahead, tell me what you said.
So here's the thing: a lot of Black people speak English, but a lot of Black folks struggle with the language. So if I say something, you guys might not comprehend it properly.
Sir, I'm immense opinion. I heard what you said. Please repeat it. We don't need all the extra shit because that's strike 2. One more and you're out of here. Please go ahead and readjust your statement, sir.
I said most Black people have a complex around what do you call it again? Identity.
That's not what you said. You said most.
So let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let him finish.
Let me finish.
No.
Let me finish.
You said most Black people have a complex around money. That's what you said.
Hold on. Let me finish. What I was saying was most Black people have a complex against identity and also money, but that the identity crisis expresses itself in Black folks trying to attach themselves to an alternative identity because they didn't do the work to better the identity of Black. So my identity will be, so you have like all those Bloods and Crips and Hebrew Israelites, Moors, all that shit, gangster disciples, Nation of Islam, all that nonsense is just an attempt. Even Black women do this stuff too.
Sir.
Dave, and this is where all this tether, this is where all this tether nonsense comes from.
Now we're getting somewhere. You're tethering right now. You're not even on code. You're tethering. Everything you're saying.
This is where the tether nonsense. This is where the
mouth. Skin and grin. Pose for the crowd. Try blending.
This is where the tether nonsense.
Tether mouth. We can hear it when you talk it out.
See, this guy's it's a child in a grown man's body.
Oh, so now he's
a child in a grown man's body.
First of all, you need to carry leather for the tether. That's what you need to carry.
Leather for the tethers.
This is what I'm saying. He's a child. You guys are children in grown men's body.
No. But you're up here arguing with children and telling children that
I'm not arguing with you.
We're having identity crises and so on and so forth. Sir, you are completely out of line. You don't even know who you are. And here's the thing. If you were to, and I guarantee you never have, because you're from New York, you ain't never ran up to 125th and 8th and told a GD a day in his life that he got an identity crisis.
Why would
You have
I?
never.
Why? Okay. Why would
Because
I?
you feel comfortable enough to do it behind a computer that does not have a camera, but you
No.
don't feel comfortable enough to do it in their face, which
Okay. So
tells me
okay.
you're a
So
coward.
so
I'm
let me
trying to.
explain.
Hey,
Let
Dave.
me
I'm trying to.
explain.
Hey,
Oh
excuse me.
no no no!
Excuse me.
Hold
Stop
on, you've
stop
Excuse me.
stop! No
explained
no
enough,
stop stop
sir.
Dave.
stop
Sir,
stop! Let
this
me
is
Dave.
not your
explain. Let
show.
me explain. Let me
Dave.
explain.
Dave.
Okay,
Have
let
you
me
ever?
explain.
Excuse me.
So
Excuse me.
so
Excuse
you're
me.
no no
Excuse me.
stop.
True. Relax.
Let me
Have
explain. Let me
Down.
explain. No, this is
Truth.
important. I gotta explain. I
Calm
gotta explain
down.
this.
Sir,
But let
one more
Relax.
time.
You're not the
One
only
more
person
time.
on the
Calm
show.
that down.
just can I
You're
just
not the only
explain?
person. Sir,
No.
1 minute. This Cell has
So
been sitting here quietly. Please be quiet.
So, Dave, I got a question. Have you ever seen a
Sure.
mobile desktop? Because it sounds
No,
like
I've
he's
never seen a
outside
mobile
on the.
desktop.
It sounds like he's outside on the sidewalk. I didn't heard trucks go
No,
past.
he's
I
lying.
done
He's
heard-
on a Moto G. He's on a Moto phone.
Yeah, I
he's on a
know.
Moto G phone.
Yeah, I
he's
know.
lying.
So
he's trolling.
He's lying about where he's coming in from. He's lying about everything that he's been talking about. He's lying about identity. He's lying about position. He's lying about business. He's lying about stature. This is why I said you have to carry the leather for the tether, my brother.
Leathers for the tethers.
Listen, I'm telling that's the new thing. Tether leather.
Tether leather is a new thing. Tether leather. We need leather for the tethers. I did not know that. That was wild. He gonna call himself the truth. I got 500. No, 5,000. Just lying a grunt. Just
How you gonna
just
tell
a
us all the
lie.
aspects of your business, but you don't want to tell us your business name?
Right. Like what's the name of your business? That's not important because it
You see,
doesn't
the biggest
exist.
problem. The biggest problem because I had this.
Lying ass.
I think it went over 2 shows. I think it was 2 shows worth of arguments with a tether, right? And that what I noticed about tethers is that they think that just because we put in the work and they was allowed to come into this country because of the sweat, blood, and tears that our people built this country
Gave
upon.
it away.
Absolutely. So they think that just because they share the same skin tone as us, that they share the same identity as us, when they don't share the experience of us. See, they think that they have value just because they look like us. That's not how that works. You have to understand, y'all can't. And I explained it to this brother like this, right? I'm not even gonna call him a brother. I explained it to this tether like this. I said, you have to understand, as black people, we've been doing this. We started at the bottom and we came up, right? I'm still in the Drake lyric right there. We started at the bottom, we came up. I said, tethers, what they did was they came in from somewhere else and they met us somewhere in the middle, and now they think they above us just because they look like us. That's not how that works. What we doing with the layout?
New
baby?
shirt. New shirt. Get
Brother
that man
Dave.
what he needs there. Bushmeat barbecue, where tethers go for some home cooking.
Brother Dave, no one can see that because it's too small. Respectfully.
It's too small.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's-
make it bigger. It's too small. It's not as big as the tether's head.
There it is. Yeah, it's showing up
Can
right.
y'all
It's
see
showing
it
up
now?
right. Yeah, it's showing up right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be on the site later on today.
Yeah.
Go on and get you some of that bushmeat barbecue.
Yeah. You need to create you need to create you a shirt with you holding a belt and say leathers for the tethers. That's what you need.
Leathers for the tethers. Ain't nothing like some tether leather. We need some tether leather. Tether love, tether love. Tethers won't be like, well, and then because of slavery and then the Jim Crow, and then y'all don't even know who y'all is, and everybody's mixed up. And I'm I'm from New York. I'm from New York. Well, say my computer don't have a camera on. You lying ass piece of tethered trash. You tethery trash panda.
And see, that's what they don't get. They think they it all sounds good until the truth. It's 3 people inside every person. You have the representative, the truth, and the chameleon. The representative, the person that shows up in the suit with the briefcase. The truth is who we actually see, who you for who you are. And then you have the chameleon. You like to just interchange your identity because you want to fit in. The biggest problem with tethers is that they are chameleons that's being represented by the true them. And once the truth comes out, then you can actually hear and see what position they're coming from. Listen to everything that man was just saying. He said the majority of working blacks is us tethers, and that black people aren't doing anything. Oh, so what you're generally telling us is that you see that black African Americans or black Americans, you say that we're below y'all and that y'all better than us. But if it wasn't for us putting in the work for y'all to even be able to allow to come over here, y'all wouldn't have that saying. Because if tethers was so great, how come their countries ain't that great? But I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't like being disrespectful.
No. See, no, what you are not going to do on my channel, Cellulite Podcast. You've been how long you been married?
I've been married 3 years, sir.
Oh yeah. So for the past 3 years, you've been walking around smelling yourself, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. My bad.
Respectfully, you've been smelling yourself. You think you hot shit.
Oh, okay. My bad. Do I need to pull out the tether
no.
lever?
Okay. You see, I don't know how you did it, but this just got transported. What kind of magical shit you got over there? What? Oh Lord, this tether leather. Woo! Woo! Roland Martin, bring your musty tether ass on over here. Hakeem Jeffries, come on. Where's Loaded Lux when you need him? Oh, no. You gonna get this work. You gonna get this work, sir. Listen.
My bad.
No, it's okay. Hold on. I gotta read some super chats. Here. Let's see here. Looks like we just hit the goal. So shout out to TZ with the $4.99 super chat. He said just to hit the goal because YT not trying to let me buy some memberships to give out. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, YT, I'm gonna need y'all to be nicer to your boy. P5 Man Podcast says he knows nothing. The Bible tells us God gives us the power to get, develop, create, and grow wealth. No man determines my future. Amen. The Iceman with the $2 super chat says, Rohan Roti, Sergeant Soka, Captain Chutney, set your bitch ass up. Y'all just got that iPad Cheeks bundle. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Cash App. If that was you, I'm pretty sure that was you. That was Rohan Bushmeat, Tethermouth. Tethermouth. You can hear when we call it out. Skin and grin, pose for the crowd. Try blending, but you stand right out. What gave it away? We got leather for the tethers. I'm gonna find some keychains. I'm gonna find some leather keychains. So leather keychains, cause this is what y'all need.
Mm-hmm.
They used to call me Crazy Dave. Now you can call me Belt Man.
Belt to ass. Belt to ass.
Belt to BTA. Belt to ass. This is what y'all tethers need. See, I tried really nicely. See, I thought I could just give y'all the $1 million belt. No. Y'all, you know what you need. See, this is for the brown, because this for the brown tethers, right? And then we're gonna reverse it for the black tethers. Listen, so this is the only black and brown coalition y'all need.
Hey, but you gotta be careful,
right?
Then they gonna say that you committing tether abuse.
How can you abuse a tether? How do you abuse a tether? No. This ain't abuse. This is discipline. See, the root word of discipline is disciple, which means to adhere to good teaching. You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. Listen, that's what that is. I will check a tether, and let me tell y'all something. Y'all will sit up here and send your little tether sirens. They can get it too. Listen, no. And every foreigner who is black is not a tether. But those who decide to speak on black issues and tell us that it's no. Iceman said $1 million worth of game. Nah. $1 million worth of leather.
Leather, I swear to God. Listen.
Leather for the tethers. Leather for the tethers. Tethers. Leather for the tethers. I'm writing me a song called Leather for the Tethers. It's your fault.
That's fine.
This your fault. I was minding my black ass business. You brought your black ass up here. You got me going into overtime. You got me up here feeling disrespected by people on a moto talking about my computer don't have a devil. You know I can see, like, on the back end, it shows you what you calling in from. Watch this. Watch this right now. Right? It says that you're using Streamlabs. And it says that you got a Realtek HD audio.
Yep.
And your default microphone, it's all here. So I'm trying to understand where Because tethers are so intellectually disingenuous. They think we're all idiots. I don't. What does that matter? It matters because I do actual business. You numb-nutted piece of tether garbage.
Now, I said this a long time ago, and I might get in trouble. And Dave, I don't mind if you correct me for saying this.
No, feel free.
Do you know why tethers feel comfortable doing that?
Because we allow it.
There you go. And until we put a stop to it,
I'm switching out, dude. I'm taking my lock sleeve off. I need to get into tether leather whipping mode. No, this lock sleeve ain't gonna cut it, sir. This lock sleeve ain't gonna cut it, no, sir. No. That lock sleeve too good for him.
Yeah, we need to stop. Just like we need to stop circulating our black dollar into all these other cultures and communities and businesses, we need to stop circulating our black experiences and allowing all of these tethers to come in and try to sit with us at the same table and wear different colored belts. They already feel like they're better than us. They already feel like that they have more value than we do. But I always ask the question: if the leather of the tether was that good, now how come the pants around your country is not being held up, if not higher? I'm just always asking the question. Your country should be doing well, but apparently it's not. That's why they come here. If they was that great of a people, they would be doing it there. Squanchy says, what does tether mean? You might want to go get educated. See, when we allow them into our culture, when we allow them into our experience, when we allow them into our knowledge, this is the result that you get. The result is that they come in, they act like a friend, and then they say, oh, I'm better than you. Y'all already know how that went, though. Y'all seen how that went when y'all desegregated. Oops, my bad. But until then, make sure y'all are supporting the show. Until Dave come back, make sure y'all are supporting the show.
Please support the show.
Sorry. Oh, you an ass whooping mode? You got the do-rag.
Listen, I told you I was taking the lock sleeve off, and I was putting on the do-rag. Why are you shaking, bud? No. There's no tethers here, buddy. It's okay. He's scared of the tethers. Listen, Elder Green Cobra said, come on with it. I paid $20 to hear good news. Here's some good news for you. Foundational Black Americans ain't tolerating tethers. Okay? This is my, are you cold? Is the air too much for you? This is Ario. This is this is my daughter's mini poodle. Got him. He's an excellent emotional support dog. He keeps me from having to, he keeps me from pulling out all three of my my Donald Trump 45s and my one Donald Trump 47. You understand what I just said?
Yeah. Understand.
But he does not like anybody coming. That's why y'all heard all that. Because he don't play that.
Yeah,
Ari don't like nobody around me.
He smelt the tether before it hit the panel.
He really heard. He sees them tethers out there. He be like, "What gave it away? Big smile, small doubt." Well, listen. Open it up. Hold on 1 second. Sexy Red with the $10 super chat says, "Rich man was walking down the street, walking on his T-Mobile." Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Absolutely.
You are, man. Again, these tethers got to stop, man. You got to stop thinking that you can disrespect somebody. Yeah, no, absolutely I did. I did bring the security. And this the black one, the white bitch even crazier.
Oh, Lord.
I got a Cotton Day Tulare. Her name's Sadie. We should have named her Karen because if anybody black is doing anything out of pocket, she on them. She don't play that. And Sadie will bite the living daylights out of you. I done had pit bulls. I done had Rottweilers. This Cotton Day Tulare is the most vicious dog I have ever had in my life. And here's what people don't know, right? When it comes to Sadie's breed, the Cotton Day Tulare, they are bred and descended from dogs from Madagascar. Before there were lighthouses and things of that nature, the Madagascarian explorers, this is true, the Madagascarian explorers would have the dogs lying on the beach and they would bark from the shore in like a barking choir to let the explorers know how far they were from their home shore, which is crazy. Yeah, I mean, so listen, Between Ario and Sadie, we good around here. It's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, you don't like them tethers. Who protects me from the tethers? You do. Yes, you do. You protect me from the tethers. You want to kick a tether? You want to kick a tether? Yes, you do. Look at that tail away. You want to kick a tether so bad, don't you? Yes, you do. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Ario is shaking because you put that do-rag on.
Yeah, he know what time it is. He already know. Hey, now it is tether leather time.
All you need is
he looking like, oh Lord.
All you need is a pair of black Air Forces and it's over.
Bro, they upstairs. High tops.
not the low top boys.
No, high tops. My ankles need support. I'm almost 50. My ankles need a certain level of support at this age, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? It's Tim's and high tops around here. My ankles can't do it unless I'm wearing some Hokas. But I'm only wearing Hokas when I'm like doing appearances and I'm standing up and whatnot. Or I'll wear like I got because I had a period where I was doing nigga shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I bought a bunch of Christian Louboutin high top fancy ass sneakers just because I was wild and I was just running through money like an idiot. Yeah. I mean, they're investment pieces, but I'm just saying like I was not as responsible as I could have been.
Yeah. And, but you know what, the adult in you eventually says you have to grow up and you have to stop making kid choices.
Yeah, I mean, but decisions. You know, I've got a very nice collection of sneakers and shoes and things of that nature. But now, nah, man, listen, I'm good. But listen, I'm gonna need y'all to do that.
I've never been a sneaker guy. I'm more of a steel and iron guy. I like metal. I like wood too, but I like metal and like steel, iron, and metal, like a combination of them. Sometimes I even like acrylic, sometimes even plastic. But you know, I'm a steel and wood guy.
Get your paws out my shirt, sir. Art Game says I can't have a little dog without having a big one that's actually meant to protect my family. Oh, I got a big dog. His name is AK-47.
Absolutely.
And I got 3 other big dogs called 45, 45, and 45. Oh, my family's well protected, and I don't know if you know this or not. I'm 6'1" and on a good day somewhere between 200 and 250 pounds, depending on whether I'm bulking or cutting. So we're good.
All right, these kids is shouting down my neck, so I got to get.
And it's been 3 hours. Your ass had me on here an extra hour, but I appreciate you coming through. No, it's all good.
Hey, but keep that leather right next to you. So the next tether that comes up, you go ahead and get them up out.
It's right here. It's right here, and I put it back on the brown side. I'm from New York. I'm from New York. What part of New York is that? Mongolia? The hell you? I'm from New York.
You scaring the dog.
I'm sorry, Ari. No, you're good. You see the whites in his eyes. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Cellulite Podcast, man. This brother's amazing. Him and his wife are doing damage out here, and we love them. We love black people, loving on black people, and telling black people the absolute truth, and knocking down these trolls and tethers one at a time. Leather for the tethers. Hashtag B1. Hashtag FBA. Good to see you, good brother. Thank you for being here, man. All right, y'all. I'm going to read these last minute chats and super chats. I really want to thank y'all for being here. Do y'all like the Riverside setup, or do you want me to go back to the StreamYard setup? I really like the Riverside setup. I want to thank y'all for supporting the show the way y'all support the show, because it has been nothing but phenomenal having y'all here. And you guys are truly funding the show. We're starting to attract a different level of sponsors. We're starting to attract a different level of growth. We are. Hold on, I wrote it. I got it written down. I want to read it exactly how it is because I don't want to mess it up, because y'all know I will mess up something in a heartbeat. But we are the fastest growing independent business, culture, and commentary platform in America, reaching over 500,000 people per month. So I could not do that without you. And I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. Okay, y'all are saying Riverside. I said, Elder Green Cobra said, I'm a comic books guy going on 50 years. The aesthetics are gold. Oh, bro. Have you seen my Stormbreaker? Yeah. I got Monier over there. I got Miles Morales over there. My comic book stuff is absolutely crazy. I'll be chill said, facts, I'm getting an auto shotty next. Yeah, no, because we got to protect ourselves at all times. But I'm so thankful that you guys are here. Thank you, Bad Baby Business. Said, yeah, I got here late, but still caught the vibe. Great show, Dave. Thank you so much for being here. But just to put a bow on this situation, a lot of these black leaders, a lot of these so-called leading blacks, whether they are um, uh, Maxine Waters, Thought Pocket Crockett, Mumbling Ben Crump, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, these folks, they're not touching the real issue because they have lost touch with the people. Respectfully. I don't mean no disrespect. I don't mean no never mind, but I will call balls and strikes every single time. Yeah, I really like Riverside. I think I'm gonna stick with Riverside from here on out. I think that is the move. And if you would like to contribute, you always can contribute. The Cash App, of course, is $ the Business Bully, and Venmo is at the Business Bully. Feel free to hit the super chats, but if you want to contribute quickly, the best thing for you to do is Cash App or Venmo, $ the Business Bully, or at the Business Bully. And we are growing. We're growing this channel. Let's see. P5 Man Podcast at Riverside. Get them to sponsor you with the discount code P5 Man Podcast. Have I done your show yet? I don't know. Let me know. Rakai Media says Riverside is the bomb. It creates the shorts and the thumbnails for your streams. Riverside, Riverside, Riverside. Listen. Riverside was easier to jump on. That's what Teasy says. Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of nonsense. I'll be chill. Say, yes, sir, Dave. You're a beast. I appreciate it. Yeah, remember Steve Harvey blamed hip hop for the guy from Merlin Santana's who you're talking about. And Merlin was a great guy. I wish y'all had got to meet him. He was a really good guy. How do you spell the Brothers Podcast? Sell, SELLUYOU, Light, LIGHT. Sell You Light Podcast. But Steve Harvey's been chilling. Latanya Fuller says, I believe we need more Black dynamite in every community. It's time for the people of Detroit and Bronx and Virginia, Rochester, New York to come together and stop group criminals from hurting our community and stop it fast. Amen to that. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate you guys being here. Really, I do. I want to thank everybody for the switch chats. I want to thank y'all for being here. It has been an absolute pleasure. Tomorrow is Freaky Friday. We're going to talk about what's in the movies. We're going to talk about comic books, pro wrestling, This Week in Tethers, all that kind of good stuff. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you got something out of the show. We are moving and we are growing. So I really want to thank y'all for that. I'll be chill, said Jasmine Crocker. Shh. Yeah, we automatically know. But I'm thankful for you. I really am. And I am grateful that you are here with me and working with me in order to build this. If you shared this out, if you have contributed, if you are going to show up, because this again, in case y'all don't know, let me get rid of this for a second because I want to make sure I show this to y'all. If we let me see here, I want to share this screen. I want to make sure y'all know that y'all can register for tomorrow's webinar. It is not too late. It is a wealth masterclass. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to show you how to generate 5-figure months consistently. It's free, but you must register. You must register. I need y'all to be there. It is going to be absolutely great, and I'm so thrilled. And please make sure you register. And if you register, I'm definitely going to make sure, and you get through the whole thing, I'm definitely going to send you some prizes. And Dove Girl says, Dave, make stickers for us. We need Tether stickers. Oh, say less. Me and the team will get on Tether stickers today. They will be ready for Freaky Friday tomorrow. Make sure you pull up, Dove Girl. Thank you so much for the suggestion. We're going to have Tether stickers. What gave it away? And if you have not gotten the merch, what are we waiting on here? Because we got the Butter Biscuit Coons. We got the Butter Biscuit Coons shirts. Y'all can get that. Yes, you need that. Or, for those of you who are members, you better get yourselves a comment. You better thank a YouTube member shirt. Got to get that. Got to get that. And we got all types of stuff on the damn store if you have not seen it. We got Tethermouth slides. We've got the Tethermouth shirts and hoodies. What gathered away? We got Tethermouth cups, Butter Biscuit Coon merch, Butter Biscuit Coon mugs, that whole nine. And we're adding stuff. Of course, you need a YouTube member mug. We got the two genders, infinite mental illnesses, and of course, the Dave Anderson Morning News official mug, so that you get justice and common sense with your cup of coffee. And yes, I do have a new book. I do have a new book coming out. Hold on one second. Trying to get there. Do I have a new book coming out? Yeah, it's called Weapons of Mass Distraction. They gave you the circus so you'd miss the war. And I was going to drop it in February, but it just depends. I'm going to start taking pre-orders next week. Molly says, Umar, until you rectify that situation with King Randall and pay back your speaking fee, which you kept but never appeared, you're a persona non grata. King Kong scammer. Where's the school? That's all I'm asking. Years done past, still no classes. Yep. Dove Girl said, I'd love a paranormal podcast one day. Y'all want me to dive into the paranormal? Because I got stories. I don't know if y'all ready for that. But please register for the Wealth Masterclass. It's going to be funny. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Elder Green Cobra said, yeah, I do need that. What you need? What's that? You know what? This is a good question. Black American Homeland said, Dave Anderson, what's your opinion on Black American Homeland supermajority, Black region of states, a great reverse migration? I think it could work, but with that, I also think if we're all in one spot, then sorry, that could just be my trauma from watching the MOVE bombing when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So James said, I just registered. Yeah. All right, so yeah, Dave, I'm ready for it. College Black Athletics, yeah, get the bag. Absolutely go get that bag. But please make sure y'all register. It's going to be an amazing masterclass, and you're going to get a lot out of it. But that's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all more than you know. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely will see y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all get yourselves in gear, and I am going to get myself out of here. I definitely appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna check y'all out later. Peace.
DAM in time. Wake up, it's DAM in time. DAM in time. Truth in the booth and the whole chat line. I walk in with the facts, no fluff in the bag. Hot coffee, cold truth, let me raise that flag. They came for the jokes, but they stayed for the lesson. I turn headlines into business confessions. I don't do fake, I don't tap dance nice. I say what I said, then I say it twice. If the world gone crazy, I'm the morning alarm. With a mic in my hand and some smoke in my palm. Say DAMN, DAMN. Say it one more time. DAMN. If the truth hit hard, let it ride. If the show got value, put some love inside. It's DAMN. Everybody say it. Don't just replay it. We live in the chat. If the facts hit home, go and tap that tap. Hands in the sky, wake up, get smart, let the nonsense die. Tap that tap, drop that love. Shack, going crazy when that truth show up. Tap that tap, drop